Well, good morning. Not too many times I get to say that, but yeah, super early stream today. If you didn't see the community tab post, which is now just called posts, they don't even call it the community tab anymore, so I don't know why I still do. Anyway, I was very intelligent, and I scheduled an appointment for 3:30 today, as if I don't stream at 3 o'clock on Mondays. So, yeah, we're streaming super early, so I can still make that. Won't quite be the full 4 hours, but 3 hours and 40 minutes should be very doable. And I figured, since the challenge here on PC, and by the way, I should clarify this is Steam versus Windows. Also, I think Xbox PC Game Pass is separate. We're at 86% on Steam. Looking like we're gonna make it, but I figured I'd host my Quattro. We're just gonna run around, murder every ibex, red deer, boufflant, whatever else we can get. And yeah, we'll see where we go. So if you're on PC, and if you got the time, feel free to join, and we're gonna literally just annihilate this entire map. 98% on PS5? You got, like, honestly, PlayStation is the one that's impressed me the most. I'll be honest, I kind of think that EW, lowered the goal a bit. Probably for everything, maybe other than PlayStation, because you guys were getting it to begin with. I think the reason that PC's making this late push is because the goal got lowered. I could be wrong. I don't know where Xbox and Epic and all those are. I'd be curious to know 70-something on Xbox. I think you guys are going to be close-ish, but it's going to take, you know, a really significant late push. I need to, like, get off this screen, by the way. Should just be Flinter server Hologround, which is actually hunting Quattro recently for this event. Yeah, I mean, as far as total number of species, Quattro's about as good an option as we can get. And it's also, you know, ibex are in huge groups, mouflon are in huge groups, red deer, all that should work out pretty good. It is also not quite the start of red deer drink time, but figure we'll just roll with this. I think I still have most of my red deer set up here. Some tents have gone down due to beavers and stuff, but if anybody finds like a great one red deer or something, go ahead and kill it. I'm gonna say that right here at the start. You don't see it? Did I? Oh, wait. Nice. My bad. Hang on. Server name, it'll be Flinter server. If, you know, I actually make a multiplayer server. What a dumb move. I meant to, I meant to start in this screen and then create the game to begin with. Good lord. I'm glad you guys pointed that out. That would have been awkward. I was like, wow, nobody's here yet. Usually, like, if I host multiplayer, it's pretty quick. Oh, I left ATVs on. It'll be fine. Where's the country music? That's only a Twitch thing, unfortunately. Better quit yapping and start capping. Hey, we're gonna try. I was about to cap an ibex there, and then I realized I was really stupid and didn't make a multiplayer game. Won't use ATVs? It would be nice if nobody does. I mean, if somebody joins the game and is new and wants to go discover outposts, I'm not gonna be mad, but, you know, maybe try to avoid other people is the only thing. Travis, for Steam, because, like, Xbox, PC Game Pass, and Steam are separate. Epic is also separate. 86%. So we're looking pretty good. We're gonna need to get about, what, 7% per day, plus a couple extra hours, so should be pretty doable. For the Mountains, thank you for the 11 months. Welcome back. Good to see you once again. Hey, Bree. Been playing New England recently, just got it. I like it. It's fun with the point. Yeah, the thing about New England, like, if you go into it knowing it's gonna be a little challenging, it's gonna be a little slower than other maps, the visuals are fantastic. And it's actually a really fun hunt. It's not something I can go and do, like, day after day after day, but, oh, I forgot, wolves are on this map, too. I like going there, you know, once a month or whatever, and just blasting away, trying to find cool stuff. Been dreaming of joining a server with you, and imagine that. It's my own map. There's gonna be cool stuff killed in this, I almost guarantee. I don't know the last time I hunted my own Quattro, but it's been a minute. So there's something out here. I don't know what it is, where it is, but there's gotta be something. Are you gonna stream later? I mean, I'll be streaming until, like, 2:30-ish Eastern, but I'm not gonna do a later stream today. I have a appointment later. I read your message. Why so early? Yeah, so, I was real smart, alright, and, I scheduled an appointment for 3:30 today, which I start my stream normally at 3. And the whole thing was, too, like, I was scheduling the appointment, and she asked if April 7th was good, and I'm like, yeah, it'll be fine. I didn't even look, like, oh yeah, maybe that'll be a Monday. Nope. So here we are. How long are we gonna stream for? As long as we can. It'll be like 3.5 hours, somewhere in that area. Almost a full, stream's worth. K-Stormer, thank you for subscribing. What am I on Twitch here for the follow? I mean, subscribing and follow is the same thing anyway. Appreciate you, man. What do you play on? I am on Steam. Found a bunch of female rares, bunch of random diamonds on my Quattro. I remember, I'm pretty sure when Kyla first got this map, she had the same kind of experience, just tripping over diamonds and rares. Montucky, thank you for the 17 months. Welcome back. I'm glad you're early. I do always like, you know, pretty routinely we do these streams at the same time. I'm fairly, I guess I'm a schedule-oriented person, so I really, like, I'd start the stream at 2:59 every week. Like, I'm very specific about that. But on the days where that can't happen, I do like to, like, the cool thing about streams that are at a different time is people that are normally at work, at school, whatever, like, can't make it to the normal stream, sometimes get to make this one, and it's fun to, like, see new faces and all that. So it is always good on occasion to switch it up. You know, I don't even know how to do YouTube rates. I forgot they added that. Ooh, strep throat, that's no good. I say this knocking on fake wood. I'm fairly sure I'm immune to that. I've never had it, but like the rest of my family would get it, and it looked like it was just miserable. All right, come here, you. Dang it. No. Well, that one ain't gonna count. Forgot the wolves were still bugged? I will say, and I didn't think of this, but as far as the challenge is concerned, anybody that's on my map and finds wolves, just kill them. Like, it'll all help, so go for it. Obviously, kill them ethically. Favorite trophy? Favorite trophy I've ever gotten? Probably Piebald Diamond Gray Fox. Strep throat's one of the worst experiences I've had, and I've torn my leg 3 times? Like a ligament or something? That sounds also terrible. That I won't, I'll wait till a little bit later, but I had just the most bizarre dream last night, and I want to tell, like, the story of it here, but I'll wait till more people are here so we can, only tell it once. There we go, that's a little more like it. Is it Audrey, am I saying that correctly? Thank you for the super chat, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. I'm hoping the alerts are gonna work. Hey, Mel. They should work. Yeah, some of them work. Hey, we'll see. Are you okay with if people kill female red deer? Yeah, kill whatever you want. I do not care. I don't, like, literally, super rare, great one, whatever, shoot it. Everything fine with me. How many kills does it take you to get your great one pheasant? About 6,500. Actually, that was something too. We started our second pheasant grind on Friday's stream over on Twitch, if you guys didn't see that. And I was gonna maybe do that today, like continue that, but I wanted to make sure, you know, we're so close here on Steam to getting the rewards. I figured we might as well just come out of here, host the map. I think between, if we get 8 people in here, and we start shooting every ibex and red deer and all that kind of stuff, it's gonna go pretty quick. I'm not saying we're gonna make a huge dent in the percentage today, but I bet by the end of this we can get it up at least like 1 or 2%. Oh, Achilles, that's no good. Is that new, Bree, that, like, characters can adopt stuff in Planet Zoo? Because I remember the visiting thing. I like when less people are here because you actually read my chat. I try to get as many as I can, but between my own rambling and chat moving fast, I always am gonna miss some. What's your go-to loadout for an average hunt? I like to normally have some version of, like, the 300, even the 375, 338, any of those kind of things, like a class 7 to 9 gun. Lately, I've been going with the Perry 308. I really like this thing. Quist Reaper, even though it does have the bullet drop thing, and 22. If I'm on a map where I need a shotgun instead, I'll maybe swap the 300 for it, because most of the maps where you need a shotgun, you don't need the 300. That's mainly the only switch I make. What's up, Luke? I was in PA all week for work and haven't been online. How far along is the challenge? We are at 86% on Steam. So I think we're gonna make it, but figure better safe than sorry. We'll just do this and kill all the things today. I can tell I'm sick, by the way. I thought the game log in Hunter was the YouTube chat. I see what you're saying. Xbox is on 73. You guys are making significant progress. Like, I think Xbox is gonna have a chance at it. I'll put this out there because I think a week ago today we streamed this and I was doing Tawaroa, so we shot like fallow deer and tar and sika deer and all this stuff, and I believe I said it on stream like, this ain't happening, we're not gonna get there. I maintain I still think EW maybe dropped the goal a little bit because all of a sudden progress has picked up and maybe more people are playing, I don't know. I say all that to say, if you've given up on it, maybe come back to it, because there's a late surge for, seems like all platforms. What's up, Gurr? Thank you for the 18 months. Welcome back. Watched the Minecraft movie last night. 10 out of 10 movie, so funny. Was it actually good? Because everybody says it's terrible. So now I'm intrigued. What's PlayStation at, Tucker, if that's your question? Like 98? They're basically done. I do feel like it dropped. I do too, because, like, how quickly it started going up. But again, does that mean that, you know, maybe as the challenge went along, more people started to see, like, oh, I gotta use ethical weapons. I've been grinding my Taro with the 300 or whatever. It could be that. I'm not gonna say EW definitely changed it, but I kind of think that it, and I'm cool if they did. It doesn't bother me. Like, if it makes it more likely we're gonna get it, I'll take it. There's, like, absolutely no plot whatsoever, but Jack Black makes the movie so funny. Fair enough. Currently in Virginia, driving home, so can't really play. Ah, come on. You could, like, fire up your laptop on the center console. Don't do that. That's a terrible idea. Went from 20 in 4 days to get to 80 with less than 2 days left. Fair. Fair point. Have you turkey hunted this year? I have not. I don't have any out-of-state turkey hunts planned. So the only turkey hunting that I'm going to get to do is here in PA. Our season opens maybe the latest in the country. I don't know if that's, like, definitely the truth, but I choose to believe it is. May 3rd, our turkey season opens. And I'll say this, too. Yesterday, I was at my parents', and there is a turkey there, which appears to be a Merriam's turkey. I think it's an escaped bird that is now, like, intermingled with the flock. It's got, like, the white tip of the fan and the white, like, center part of the fan. And he's kind of, like, fat but shorter than the Easterns, like the Jakes that are there, and he's an adult bird. So, if he sticks around, I could try to kill a Merriam's in PA, I guess. That could be kind of cool. 86 last I looked, Mr. Warthog, just a couple of minutes ago. Shot a wolf with a 300, it's all good. Xbox would be at 100 if I shot red deer without the 300. That's what, maybe Friday's stream? Whenever PC started to really pick up, Kyla was grinding Taro with the 300 and she switched to the 308, and all of a sudden the numbers started to fly up. Doing it all on her own. I heard it. It's here somewhere. Oh. It's not even that one, but... There it is. That's gonna be real tough. That's okay. Don't want to track one that's hit poorly. Your birthday's May 3rd. Well, happy early birthday. Killed my first this year, and I killed 2 in 1 shot. Out of curiosity, you don't have to say. Do you guys have 2 tags? Because my sister did that years ago, and we do not. Been flying the past couple days? Yeah, that's honestly like why I'm doing this. I was gonna pheasant grind today, but I looked at it, it's like this is gonna happen so long as we continue what we're doing, and I figured it can't hurt to host my map and just murder ibex and red deer and stuff for 4 hours. What's up, Eunice? Thank you for the 9 months. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. Early Floop stream indeed. What's going on, Colin? So that turkey you're talking about is a hybrid of a wild and a domestic bird? I don't think it's a hybrid. I think it's a straight up domestic bird. Like, I think it was someone's pet, and I think they got a Merriam's turkey, and then it escaped. It could be a hybrid. Like, I'm not disputing that. The thing is, we've never seen it before, and then, like, yesterday, it just showed up and was gobbling in the yard for hours. So, pretty... and he's an adult. He's not a Jake. So, pretty likely, he just escaped. But he'll become a part of the flock by the time turkey season comes around, if he's not dead from a coyote or whatever else. And there are, like, just legitimate good reasons to shoot that, because there's diseases and stuff that can happen, and it's a perfectly legal bird anyway. Like, it's a turkey. It might not be an eastern turkey, but, you know. Isn't there a legendary coyote in the Leighton missions? Yep. The, is it the Valles lady? Valles? I think it's her missions. The Were Coyote, it's called. I did a video on that years and years ago. What's the course for your most far left timber gold mule deer stand? Oh, jeez. I don't know. You could probably find... I'm trying to think. If you could find a hunt, like my hunt stats, from one of the stream days. I almost always start there, and usually I shoot something. You could try to find it through that. Had 50 turkeys in a field next to my house, and there was 35 giant toms. Man, I was wondering what gaunt meant. 35 toms is ridiculous. We have 2 tags, but not supposed to kill 2 in a day? That's fine. I think ours is that way too, because you have to buy it. You can buy what's called, I think, a special turkey tag, which is literally just a second gobbler tag. But I believe the daily limit is 1. I don't think you can shoot 2 in the same day. Get ready to see the hunter chat go crazy. I see that. Popping off right there. We'll have to buy the pack if we get it? Like, for the rewards? Should just be like added to your account or whatever. This doesn't help for the challenge, but everything's dying today. Jumped 5 toms the other day, working 2 hens while shed hunting. Ooh, nice. I went shed hunting and I didn't find anything. Saturday morning. Took Shadow for a walk. Went all around the property. I did find the broken other half of my arrow from the doe that I shot on opening day, so that was kind of nice. I hung a couple cameras. I don't really think it's worth turkey hunting here. I've seen them down here, but they pretty much never come down onto my property. So, put some cameras out, see if they're if that changes, if they're around, I'll hunt here. Just had a fun time walking around, but didn't see no turks. Oh, I did see, and feel free to laugh at me, I did see a woodcock, though, and it had a nest with 4 little eggs. I've never, they're rare here. They're a game bird. But they're very, you almost never see them. To see one with a nest and 4 eggs, that's awesome. Hopefully there'll be a little population of them. I don't know why the super chat alerts aren't wanting to work today, but Eunice, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Hopefully they'll come through eventually. Everything else is working. It's odd. Wood what? You remember the Patriots player, Danny Woodhead? Not that. They'd be so cool. That could be a neat little species. Tell you what, the way they fly, because this poor thing. I stopped. The only reason I ever saw this, I stopped. I was actually texting Kyla that I was like, hey, I found that other arrow, and I missed a deer there years ago, and I wanted to check to see if I could find that arrow too. So I'm standing there and I'm like, all right, let's, I turned around, I'm looking, where's the stand, where did I shoot? And all of a sudden, this thing flies up from feet from me. I was standing next to it for several minutes. It scared me real bad, but they can barely fly. They're fat little things. It looked really funny. But it flew, I don't know, 20 feet and then ran a ways. And then me and Shadow found it again, flushed it again. And then we found it a 3rd time. Not looking for it, to be clear. We're looking for sheds. But it kept flying to where we were going. So we spooked it 3 different times. And I never saw it on the ground any of the times. They're so well camouflaged. What's up, Danny? Thank you for the super chat. Wait a minute. This isn't an Aaron Rodgers watch party. I mean, it could be. When's, isn't it Wednesday? Pat McAfee's thing in Pittsburgh? There's a pretty, I think, decent theory that they could announce Rodgers going to the Steelers during that. So, won't be long. A little bit late. Could be during Wednesday's Classic stream. By the way, they added piebald, water buffalo, and bison to the Hunter Classic. Pretty mythical red deer, nice. I don't know, after I got my great one red deer, I'm not even sure I ever came back here to see what kind of stuff respawns. So who, literally, who knows what's here? They've maybe reset the pop since then? When was... Yeah. They reset them that fall, so never mind. Looking classic chat. Oh, somebody got one? I'll take a peek at that. You know, it kind of just looks like the leucistics, but I'll take it. I feel like they could redo the long fur a bit. I agree Rodgers is washed. Probably, but yeah, washed Rodgers is probably still better than Mason Rudolph, so, you know. Not to say I don't think we can win some games with Mason, but I'll say this too, I don't think we're contending with Rogers either. Oh. Oh, we still got it. That somehow found a lung. I think it did. I think you got a cheater in your game. He's level 79. I don't see no level 79. They look cool. What's that? The bison? They're not bad. I said in classic chat earlier today, because some people are like, you know, they gave us sick-looking cows as an update. It's like, all right, listen, classic 16 years old, so let's not be mad when they're still updating the game now. He left? Oh, okay. You never know, Mason. Maybe you will. He might get, you know, George Pickens on that thing, and maybe he'll chill out. How do you feel about DK on the team? I'm excited about that. I've always loved DK Metcalf. That, you know, his biggest highlight isn't a catch or a touchdown or anything. It's him running down Buda Baker on that would-be pick six. But that's, you know, not everybody's making that play. And not even from a speed perspective, from an effort perspective. That's what I always think of when I think of him. That is very true, Hollow. And we had it on the... It was so disappointing to me. We had it during the 24-hour stream. I hosted a couple of different maps, but Layton and somewhere else. I thought this was like a straw field, so I'm going to leave here now. But I would host and people would join and say, is this a modded server? And I'd be like, no. And then they'd leave as if they were looking for that. It's crazy. DK is just jacked. He's built different, that is for sure. Now I gotta look in the area for the legendary coyote. I had a hard time with that one. Because it kept, like, spooking and stuff. If you exit the main menu and come back, he'll be back in the area, I believe. But, you know, it's a coyote. They're easy to spook and all that. Had that tons in multi? Yeah. It's sad. If only this was Twitch, then I could have a shot at joining the server. I'm sure, like, throughout the stream, people will be joining and leaving and stuff, so spots will open up. I'll try to pay attention, but I'm not great at that. Obviously, because the whole goal here is literally kill everything. Chat's gonna be moving a little faster. In-game chat, I should say. Just realized it's Red Deer drink time, so forget my other idea, I'm going down here. Now the truth comes out, Flint has done a 24-hour stream. I've done 4? Yeah. Every 100k mark we've hit, so 100k, 200k, etc. We've done a 24-hour over on Twitch. They're fun. It's a challenge. This last one was actually my favorite one ever. I don't know what the difference was, but like in the past I've really worn out my voice by like hour 6. And it's, you know, it's no good when you got 18 hours left and it's hard to talk. But, you know, powered through those. This last one was just a lot of fun. Yeah, stay strapped, kiddos. Could never stream for 24 hours. I don't know how to, like, properly put this into words, but it's both more difficult and also easier than you think. Please attack. Yes. Now we can get some kills. If they get here, because they're doing the weird thing. Lame. I knew they'd do that. Anyway, 24 hours is longer than you think it is. Like, when you watch that clock go by, you get to like 4, 5, 6 hours, like, this is flying by. And then you get to about 12, and it's like, oh my god, we're only halfway done. But at the same time, like, you're just, at least I think if you set it up correctly, and by that I mean have friends there and just, you know, mess around, basically. You're just kind of hanging out for 24 hours, and it's, that part of it is the easier part. Console players also do the community challenge? I know, but like, the PC players, well, I didn't want to say calling all Call of the Wild players and then I'm hosting my own server, because my point for this was, basically join my map and we're gonna kill a bunch of Ibex. What would you want? The next challenge would be if you could pick. Like a gold's challenge or something. Similar idea with the harvest checks, I guess. Although I kind of think the harvest checks are maybe what held this one back. But instead of like total number of kills, a lesser total number of golds or gold plus, let's say, so golds and diamonds. I think that could be interesting. So, whoopsies, I don't have Call the Wild installed. You haven't been helping. You should install it and go kill something so you can get the rewards. What'd you say, Kyla? All the plants have sprouted? Nice. I gotta transplant our cucumbers and peas very soon. What percentage? I'm curious if it's gone up since we started the stream yet. Oh, it has already. So it was 86 when we started. We've been live for 30 minutes. And it's 87. I'm not saying just all of us in this server did it, but I do think it helped. Any ideas on what you think the next great one will be? So I think they'll go back away from base game again, because Red Fox and Pheasant were both base game. I'm hoping Mule Deer, maybe Caribou, because we know there's like a snowy map coming up, so Caribou on that can make a lot of sense. Maybe they'll go Antlered again too, because it's been a while. So that suits the Caribou and Mule Deer thing. Was 85 this morning? Rolling. Yeah, that's right. Because when I woke up and looked, it was 85, and I'm like, all right, that's far enough away I should, because if it was at like 92 when I woke up, I was just going to pheasant grind. So I wanted to do this. But also, yeah, I got back on to take the screenshot of the thumbnail, and it had already got to 86. Pheasant wasn't base game? Yeah, they're on Hirschfelden. They should have made it where all platforms combine. I think they should do that in the future. I'm not entirely sure why they didn't. Because what I don't like about the current system is like, well, Xbox, you didn't pull your weight, even though a couple of you guys had more kills than anybody, you know, on PlayStation and PC. Not everybody did it, so you guys don't get nothing. Like, I don't like that. I think it should be everybody gets it or nobody gets it. So hopefully they go to that down the road. They were added to it. Yeah, I know, but like, that is a, if you own the base game, then there's Pheasants on Hirschfelden. What's up, Catser? First stream I'm able to catch, welcome on in. Thought he would turn, but in theory, those should have been left alive for future Red Deer grinds, but unless they give Red Deer new furs, I'm never doing it again anyway. Holy. Ooh, hi. There are giant mule deer in Saskatchewan. It's very snowy here. You know, it makes sense, but I always associate Saskatchewan just with giant whitetail, because, I mean, you guys also have those. I never considered, like, what kind of mule deer are there. Kind of standing weird, but whatever. Oh, if we had one more shot. I'm actually not sure that was on target, but still. Any chance we saved it? No. So glad I decided to grind Red Deer. Oh, I wonder why. Can't imagine what that could be. It's my birthday today. I'm 20, and I got a max 5-star scoring black bear. Nice, man, and happy birthday. Good gift for you from Way the Hunter, it looks like. Tay is better for Red Deer anyway. Good point, good point. If I were ever to do another Red Deer grind, like, say they added new furs that were really cool, I guess I would do it on Tay. So there's white Red Deer, right? Way the Hunter has those. More of them. Am I, like, stupid, or is there, like, a bluish kind of Red Deer as well? Did I dream that? Woo! Okay. Go find a super rare? I mean, I'll try. This will be, well, not this, but there will be a video this week on Quattro, which is going to be, come hunt my single player map and see if anything cool has respawned from the, I'm going to guess hundreds of kills we'll have throughout this stream. Wait, the hunter has one white Red Deer? Yeah, but, you know, at least they have it. I dreamed that? Okay. I thought there was some other unique Red Deer color. I don't know. How can I find you on Discord? I've got a Discord server. I'm sure we can do a command for that. It's also just discord.gg/Flinter. So, big one was where? That'll be his tracks. The Purge? Yes. Literally the Quattro Purge. Red Deer Great One sucks. It's funny because, like, when they came out, the only thing we had as a reference point was whitetail. And whitetail, yeah, there's like a fabled piebald, but it basically never happens. So whitetail were a common whitetail deer with cool looking antlers. So when red deer came out, and all the red deer had a special fur, it's like, sick. If I can get a Great One red deer, it's gonna look special too. Well, fur-wise, obviously the antlers. But now, like, everything they've released since, and even whitetail in a sense, are kind of better because there's more variety. And I don't know if they'll ever go back and, like, add to past Great Ones, but, man, it would be nice. You prefer red deer over whitetail? A lot of people like at least grinding them better. There are things I like better about the red deer Great One, but, and namely one being like the special fur, but the rack variety really falls short for red deer, in my opinion. Just joined. Did I miss anything? Nothing special yet, but we have been killing all the things. We are trying to get this challenge moving. Well, it is moving in the right direction, but get it moving even faster in the right direction. What percent? Last we looked, it was 87, Cole. It was 86 when we started the stream, so I'm not saying just all of us out here on this server is the reason that it's getting going, but we're helping, that's for sure. That'll hit that bush. Just those big boy racks and the whitetail is so good. And it really, like, that one to me resembles a farm deer more than anything. But it is, like, it's pretty, they're very impressive to see, I guess is the way that I want to say that. The typical rack's awesome though, the drop tine rack's really cool. Do they call them cluster racks? I think. There's like the Kinsko rack and the other one is very similar. Those are nice. I like that they're kind of a mainframe 8 with a bunch of crazy stuff going on. The stubby rack's the only one I don't really care for. It's still cool, it's unique, but I like that one the least. Not a fan of the vines. I wish there were racks with and without. Like the same antlers, but with and without the vines. Because I wouldn't mind getting a non-vined Great One red deer. Fallow are great for variety. Yeah, fallow and moose, like, it's hard kind of have it, but their horns are, you know, less dramatic in the variety. You can get so many different combos. There's whatever it is, like 6 furs for moose and 4 racks. Fallow is also 4 racks and I think 6 or 7 furs. There's, you know, 20-some different combinations you can get. And that makes it so, like, you know, my Great One moose might look better than my friend's Great One moose. Might look, or not better, but different, I should say. Which might look different than their friend's Great One moose. And, like, everybody can have, like, everybody can get a Great One and it still look different. What's up, Gun Up? Xbox, last I heard, Cole, was 71, I think? My mom does Pilates and she brags about how good of a workout it is. I'm lazy and just do my max trainer workout. I just, like, walk through the woods and hope for the best. Way too early. It wasn't technically the dentist, but it is an appointment. It's low? Well, they were at, like, 50%, I think, Friday. So they're moving. It's going to be close to getting there. I don't know. I would play, but I got the flu right now. Yeah, you don't want to be up and doing all that then. Rest is probably the best thing. Well, that's weird, Matt. Are you going to open a server on another map? I don't know. I don't know if we'll just stick to Quattro the entire time. We could maybe switch. What are other good, like, good maps that have, like, a bunch of species? Because Quattro's got, like, 6 or 7. Red deer, wolves, all 4 ibex is 6. Mouflon is 7. And the reason that's relevant is, like, we can all be hunting different parts of the map, and we're not, like, running into each other and still, like, you know, getting stuff for the thing. What challenge? So we're working on the community challenge, which is now at 87%, so we're rolling right along. None of the, I guess tusked, right? Good thing I already shot, like, 5 wild boar. Tay is good. Reindeer's good on Medved. Yeah, Medved could be decent. I don't know if we can fit 8 people on there and, like, kill as many things. We'll see. Emerald Coast? Yeah, true. Can I get a warning call again? That sounded really weird. Game kicked me? Oh. For hunger? What'd you have? Wildebeest, Warthog, Kudu. Or Gensbucker 6. Think we'll be last? Well, Epic was pretty low as well. I seen something back there. Don't lay down and... What do you mean you're laying down and fleeing? That was weird. Decent one. Yukon is fun, but maybe not the best. With wolves, you know, everybody that's not the host anyway can kill so many of them. There's maybe something to that. I thought that was a good shot, dang. I was so confident I put the gun down. Watch it stay at 99% till the end, then come next dev stream, they'll be like, oh, so close. I think they'd... I don't think that'll happen, but also, I think they might give it to us if we got the 99 anyway. We're hungry for some diamonds? Oh my. That's not bad. Okay. Yeah, meant to do that. We were zeroed for 300 by accident, so that's probably how we hit that high. Fishing vid was legit. I was pretty, like, a lot of the comments people were, like, they liked the format and how it was filmed and all that kind of stuff. And to me, that's, like, the biggest compliment. And to be fair, most of the filming was, honestly, Will with his, like, he brought his main camera, which I was far too nervous to bring that, like, down on the river and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, we had the GoPros on and filmed around camp and stuff. I was really happy with it. I thought it came out good. Baton might be a good choice, because Nilgai, Tar, Blue Sheep, Barasinga. Yeah, that might not be bad. I'm thinking of things that run concurrent times, too. I guess those are all sort of back to back to back, though. I think you're right, Riley, to be honest. April 1st one broke me. That was, there were 2 parts of that. One was I got back from that fishing trip the day before, so I didn't have a lot of time to do anything super fancy. And I sort of had that in my head of doing something with Flampaw. So it just all kind of like, it just all happened. I planned some of it, but most of it just kind of like let the hunt take us where it will thing, just react to whatever happens, and I felt like the game did so many things that were so perfect for what I wanted. Right down to the crows being there to shoot at them with the bow. I'm gonna bring Flampaw back for more than just April Fools. I'll have to come up with some other ideas for what to do, but I had way too much fun doing that. Wolves are hard. Tried to take a pack of them last night on Yukon Valley. Yeah, they'll get you. If they, there's like almost different types of attacks they'll do, I'll say. Some are very much like kind of walk up to you and snarl and you can shoot them, but sometimes they just straight up charge at you. Sometimes they almost like circle really fast. And I'm not sure any of those were intended. It might just be kind of buggy how they attack and go after you, but there are times that it's far easier than others, that's for sure. Gramps needs a storyline. Did he run? Seriously though, stay strapped, kids. That was one of the things I actually did plan. Predictions for the Steelers next football season? Like, somewhere between 9-8 and maybe 11-6. Like, probably any other season, to be honest. Would have been real great if I reloaded. We still got 2. Could have had 3, though. If we want caribou drink time, we could get a lot of kills. That's true. We can look into that. We can maybe switch it up after, I don't know, an hour or something like that. Feel like you've really grown into a filmmaker, not just a content creator? Well, thank you. It's mostly been like real life hunting videos, I guess, that have I guess inspired me to and helped me learn as well to make videos in different ways. Like, the biggest thing, even though I will say I don't think we were at all ready with our content to go on Wild TV, that experience of editing those videos and having a certain time frame, they had to be. Like, they had to be, I forget what it was, 22 minutes and 30 seconds, I think, because there's commercial breaks and all that kind of stuff. It really forced you to think outside the box in terms of how you edit stuff, because there's only so much footage when you're deer hunting. So that, like, all that kind of stuff helped. It's fun, though. It's fun to continually evolve and make new things. Opinion on the angle no longer being worked on? I think it's a shame. I wish they were still able to keep developing and stuff, but I'm sure they made a decision that was best for the company. What's up, Ryder? Shot 2 ibex and they're both floating? Perfect. That's about what they like to do. Silver level. Oh, that was a 6. I thought it was a 7. Didn't I spot a 7 here first? Maybe not. Maybe I just thought it was a 7. Later, Matt. Help hide me. It'd be nice if you guys come attack me. Not much. Grind and fallow to complete this PlayStation Community Challenge. You guys ought to be done by the time the stream's over, to be honest. I haven't been watching the in-game chat super close, Squirrel, but I haven't seen anybody, like, say anything, and I haven't seen, 1,000 come up for a red deer or anything like that. Legendary Coyote May Diamond. Nice. We are, I think, still 87 Michelin Man. Yep. Looking for wolves because they help a ton? I don't blame you one bit. You want to be attacked? Okay, you smell like beans. Why can't I smell like bacon or something? Well, then I'd be hungry. How do you like the SKS? I enjoy it. It's, the bullet drop can be a little bit much to get used to. Because relative to other guns in that same class range, 223, 22-250 and stuff, the bullet drop is way, way more, but I think the power makes it worth it, to be honest. How do I convince my mother to let me stay home May 1st from school to turkey hunt? Is that you guys' opener? I don't know, that's a tough one. We never took off school for turkey hunting, but in deer season, Dad would let us take it used to be the second day of deer season. Because Monday was the opener and everybody was off. Because it was like a Thanksgiving break thing. Then he'd let us take off Tuesday as well. Is the best gonna kill super rare red deer? I need a refund because I didn't get one. Got an albino female bison. Nice. What's up, Gaming League? Can we change to wolf drink time? I don't know if we'll do night hunting at all today or not. Maybe. Tell her the school was running a program to get kids outside more hunting season. There you go. School gave us 3 days off for deer season because so many people were sick. I always wondered if the reason that we got Monday off back when that was the opener was because, they were extending Thanksgiving break to make it like a long weekend kind of thing? Or was it just because nobody was going to come to school anyway? I kind of think it was the latter. Remember to stay strapped when wolf hunting? Yeah, they'll eat your foot if you're not careful, I tell you. You know, wily buggers. Anybody been here yet? I don't think so. Feels better to just let it go to Ibex? That's basically my plan, yeah. Go through Ibex time and then go from there. Letting my little brother take June 1st off for some hunting. Won't kill anything, we're definitely going to be scouting. Just curious, because at least here I don't think anything's in June 1st. Like, what hunting season will be in that time of year? That was so well scripted. So the wolf thing wasn't scripted at all. That was that was straight up off the cuff nonsense. So what I wanted to do, I had the mindset of doing the thing with the doe. Of like going for a headshot with a longbow. Frankly, I thought I'd miss. And then that could be a whole other thing about, you know, oh, my eyes are what they used to be. When I was a boy, I could stick them in the dome from 100 yards. Oh, I just really ain't like that anymore. And then that wolf showed up, and I don't know. It just happened. How long was streaming for? Gonna be about like 3 more hours, something like that. I probably want to end a little bit before 2:30, because I'm gonna run Shadow to my parents, so they can watch her, because she'll really panic if I put her in the kennel. Like, if Kyla was here, well, for one, she wouldn't be in the kennel, but even still, somehow it's different when I'm the only one here, and then put her in the kennel. Like, she really freaks out. And I was gonna put her in the kennel anyway, but then my parents offered, and I'm like, eh, whatever. So I gotta take her up there and then head to the appointment. So excited to take my weighted backpack with us at the end of April. Weighted backpack with us? Var, that makes more sense. Because you had that backpack that you had weights in, and I'm like, was that in Georgia? I don't remember taking that. How many breathing breaks did you take recording the April Fool's video? I didn't really need any because, like, you know, stuff happens slowly in Classic. So, you know, like, record the intro and then walk down the road for a couple minutes, elk bugle, set that whole thing up, shoot that. It might be 5 or 10 minutes till the next thing happens, so it actually wasn't bad. Does Shadow have separation anxiety? Oh yeah. Terrible separation anxiety. It's our own fault. We should have done better at, like, you know, putting her in the kennel and stuff like that when she was really little. But, no surprise, like, cute little puppy and puppy dog eyes, we went and got her, and the whole thing was, because, like, she was not going to sleep in the bed with us. That was not a thing, at least that I was interested in. I don't know what Kyla's, like, you know, maybe unspoken thoughts were. But I did not want a dog in the bed. Just didn't want that. So we bring her home, and I've told the story a bunch of times. She threw up 5 times in the truck on the way home. So, like, you know, the truck is covered in puppy puke. Shadow's covered in puppy puke, all that kind of stuff. So, literally the first thing she ever did was get a bath here. And at that point, like, we know she's not doing good. She sleeps in the bed so we can keep an eye on her. And what do you know? She sleeps in the bed to this day. Shocker. Any diamonds? None yet. Crate training was our fault? Yeah. Your dogs have it too? It's so funny, like, when, luckily she grew out of it. But when Shadow was really little, she would sit on the floor, like, while I was streaming, and she would kind of yip and bark, and she just wanted to play. But the one way that Kyla could get her to stop doing that was to just set her down on my lap. So she's also super attached to me that way. I mean, every morning when I edit, Shadow lays on my lap for hours. Baby puke raptor? Yeah, exactly. What's up, Riley? When does the challenge end? It's 2 days and 16 hours, so like midnight-ish. Is it Wednesday into Thursday? Would that make sense? It's actually like 4 a.m. or something. My time. But yeah. Dogs are always changing people's ways? Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it was the same way. We had a family dog growing up. And when we first got him, he stayed in the garage. Like, you know, we would obviously take him outside and all that kind of stuff, but he slept in the garage. I think he was maybe allowed upstairs during the day. He had to sleep downstairs. That must have been it. That a level 9 red deer. There you go. First one of the day. I wonder where you found it at. Where are you? Oh, nice. That's the OG spot. Anyway, but then he moved to, like, the little entrance room there. He was, like allowed to sleep there. And then eventually he was allowed to sleep at the, like, in the living room and stuff, but not upstairs by the bedrooms. By the end of it, free roam of the house, wherever he wants to be. Ah, I didn't even need to reload. Well, that went south. You still hosting? Yep. I think it's full currently. So that was the first one we shot. Did we get any other ones? Oh, that one. Shadows, they call the wild dog. What editing software? I use Sony Vegas. So they have a thing called Vegas 365, which actually I think I'm gonna stop using that because I don't like the softwares after, like, what do I have now? Is it 20 or 22? I have 20. From 21 on, I don't like it. And the way that Vegas 365 is supposed to work, it's basically like a yearly subscription and you just get access to the newest Vegas softwares. But since I don't like the new ones, I'm probably just going to buy Sony Vegas 20 and then just leave it at that. What camo to use on your binoculars? It's either the Quattro or the Hirsch camo. I think it's Quattro. Like the premium wrap. We live under bully rule, meaning she gets her way. Were you there, Hollow? It could be a respawn, too. Could never own a cat partially due to half my family being allergic. Shadow thinks she's a cat, so I think we can own a cat. But, I don't know. Litter box in the house thing, that would be tough for me to get over. But, you know, I didn't think Shadow was going to sleep in the bed with me every night, and here we are. Have you heard of Schedule 1? Yeah, I actually saw, so I guess Scarecrow at least has played it, because I was looking for other games to play the other night. And, oh dang, a troll at 246, that's kind of rare. So, like, Diamond Rag just didn't make it. Anyway, I saw Scarecrow, like, recommended it through a review on Steam, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And, you know, because everything spies on you. Now I see their Twitter updates. But what is it? Is it like a good game? I didn't understand anything about it when I looked at it for 5 seconds. Played it with my partner last night, super fun. What's like the basis of it? I knew she was gonna sleep in the bed with us. See, that's what I was saying. Like, your unspoken thoughts, you always had it planned. So you made her throw up. No. Can you do a Fishing Planet video? I don't know, maybe. I've played Fishing Planet, it just doesn't really... It's just not really my type of game, but that doesn't mean I won't eventually get into it. What do you think about players selling trophies? Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. That's pretty explicitly against terms of service, so that's not usually good. It's a drug dealer simulator. You can make stuff that'll turn people ginger. Oh my god. That explains the title. Now I get it. When I first read, I forget who first said it, but whoever said, have you heard of Schedule 1? My first thought was like, the drug class? And then I thought, oh, the game. But I never, didn't put 2 and 2 together there, my bad. Is this streaming on Twitch? No, I do my Twitch and YouTube streams separate, meaning like, I stream on Twitch, and I stream on YouTube, but I don't do both simultaneously. Have you applied for the PA Elk tag? Kind of, like, so they started doing preference points maybe 3 to 5 years ago, somewhere in that range. And I've gotten a preference point every year, but actually I missed last year by 2 days. I was late trying to apply, but so I've never actually applied to get the tag, but I do have preference points. As a ginger, I hate that. I'm a natural ginger. I thought you said, I read that as freaking hate gingers. I was like, wow, alright. Goodness. Imagine using real money for Call of the Wild trophies? I don't know, I guess if you got the money to spend, like, not that, but, let's say, those free mobile games that you can buy, diamonds or whatever. Well, that was a bad... Gems, let's call it. So, I would play those and be like, gosh, spending money on this game. And then I'd be like, if it's going to increase my fun, who cares? I will clarify, I think that's a very different thing in Hunter Call of the Wild. But I have more of an issue with the people selling them than the people buying them, if that makes sense. Do you have a favorite Pokemon? I think Venusaur. My first game was Pokemon Leaf Green, so like Venusaur was the box art Pokemon, and just kind of for that reason, for the nostalgia. Probably that one. Already paid for Call of the Wild. Why would I pay more to not play? Right, and have someone else play for you. Yeah, I don't completely get that one. I wonder if anyone checked out that area. We're gonna go there next. I did know it, yeah. And you know what sucks? I pretty much always record my classic video on a Monday. Like Monday morning, I'll get up, make my coffee, you know, do whatever, and then I'll go and record classic before the stream. Well, I'm streaming early today because I was dumb and scheduled an appointment for regular stream time. So, I recorded my classic video yesterday. They always release classic updates on a Tuesday. So, like, it wouldn't matter anyway. Like, I already recorded whatever. For once, they released on a Monday, and I've still already recorded my video. It's a big time bummer. How many deers can a Flinter shoot if a Flinter could shoot unlimited deers? A whole lot, I think. That's the plan. Favorite food? You know what I really like? Any kind of breakfast food, like biscuits and gravy, top tier. Just like a good omelet with some bacon. Excellent. Did you tell them about your dream? No, oh my god. I can't even remember the entirety of it. But it was so stupid, but it had like a lot of depth to it. Alright, so me and like some friends were fishing. And I think we had actually come back from fishing. And you know how like a lot of fishing vests have that wool patch on the, at least on my fishing vest, is like the left kind of breast pocket thing. And you can like stick a hook through there and it just holds the fly or lure or whatever you have there. I guess to grab it again soon. Somehow my friend had like a cooler that he had like a bunch of, they were flies for like fly fishing, hooked through like the front of the cooler. And I had my hand on the cooler and somebody ran into it and like ran 3 of those flies through my thumb, which makes no sense at all. And then also, as soon as I went to dig the hooks out, it was just a hook. It wasn't like the fly anymore. It was a whole thing. So anyway, I took 2 of the hooks that no longer had flies on them out of my thumb. The other one was completely buried. And I got like, you know, like the little fishing pliers. They look like scissors, but they're pliers. Got those and somehow got it, even though, you know, barbs, you would think that wouldn't happen. At that point, I guess my entire thumb was like filleted open and the hook was holding it together. So then my thumb's just like butterfly cut. It's like, okay, well that's bad. So now I gotta go to the hospital. I can't remember exactly how this went down, but I think my friend's dad drove me to the hospital. But then there was like this rich guy that I've never seen before that had, I would describe a stack of $100 bills approximately 2 bricks high. Like, you know, a red brick for building a house. Like, he slapped that on the front desk as if you pay for surgery or whatever beforehand. I don't know. And then I guess I got surgery. And then I also left my phone there on like the railing. And I had to use the Find My iPhone thing and go back for it. It was really, really dumb. I think I left something out too. I can't remember, but anyway. Imagine paying for surgery. I am not about to start that debate that we could definitely get into. Sounds like a Mel Skull cleaning story on drugs. Oh, I know what I left out. I don't even know if I should tell that part. Whatever. Like, trying to get the hooks out of my thumb, it would like... You know how... If there's if you buy like cased sausage, and then like if the case breaks, it'll like squeeze like a little bit of meat out. That was happening with my thumb. What kind of heck of dream? I don't know, man. So here's the only thing I could possibly even figure why I had that dream. J-Tac and I might be going fishing later this week. And like, he asked about going last night, so I guess that was in my head. And my brain thought, like, what if you somehow get 3 fishing hooks stuck in the same hand and then have to go to the hospital? I don't know. What was my actual dream? What is this? I don't know. Sounds like an awful dream. It was weird because, like, well, obviously there's no pain involved because I don't think... Can you feel pain in dreams? I think you can perceive it. But it was the whole thing of, like, oh, that's a problem. My thumb is, like, open now, and you can see, like, the bone and the veins and stuff in it. It's a warning to heed the warnings? You're right. I can't go fishing this week. There goes anyone who leave a stream for lunch. That was my plan. I gotta make sure everybody stays here. What's your favorite deer rifle slash round? Personally, it's my Seiko 308 with Hornady 150 American whitetail. So, I shoot Weatherby Vanguard. I gotta say it slow, otherwise I can't say it. 7mm Mod 8. It's hard for me to say. I'm shooting 140 grain. I always forget. So here's what happened. I bought 2 boxes of ammo when I bought it. And I've pretty much shot all those up. And then I bought 2 that were almost the same. And I can't remember if the old ones are the boat tails or the new ones are the boat tails. I forget. But anyway, I want to go to a place and get the old ones because the thing, it's just so accurate. I really don't want to change ammo if I can help it. So we'll see. What map we're on? Quattro Purge. So it's been another half hour. Have we bumped this up another % yet? Not yet. You can feel fear in dreams? Yeah, definitely you can feel fear. Have sleep apnea, don't dream, haven't had one in years. I almost never have, like, I dream for sure, but I rarely remember them in any fashion. That one must have been, like, vivid enough, like, I remember a lot of details. I wish I could remember the thing of, like, what happened with my phone being left on the railing, though. Because there was more to it, and I just can't remember. I just know we had to use Find My iPhone. One time I had a dream where I was getting shot at, and I wasn't feeling physical pain, but, like, spiritual pain? My most common way of remembering a dream is deja vu. That's always weird, right? Where, like, something happens in real life that's like a dream, and you go like, oh, I just remembered I dreamt about that. You can feel pain in dreams. It's rare, but you can. I don't think I ever have, so it's hard for me to envision. The falling dreams are the worst. I used to... So, I've done some real-life hunting videos from it. There's a, like a tower that my dad built in the center of one of the fields that we hunt out of. I shot a deer out of there in 2019. I did a scouting video from there in 2021. Actually, I did a scouting video out of there last year too, like where I had the night vision footage of some of those deer, if you guys remember that last year. So, when we first built that, at one point it was just, obviously, at one point it was just like the 4 legs and the platform. And Dad left it that way for a while. We'd go up there and groundhog hunt and stuff. I had so many dreams of falling off that thing, but the fall was always at like a 45-degree angle, as if I had gotten a running start and like jumped off of it. It was always so dumb. Oh, my bad, K-Flow. I think I rode Eastern anyway, but I also started a little bit early. I should have been more clearer. Oh. I hear doggos. Good chance to get like 5 or 6 kills if they cooperate. There's one. That looks like vitals. I don't know how, but I'll take it. Huge male. They're all males. Hello? That's gotta be a female, right? Did you know you need ammo to shoot stuff? Oh, excuse me. There's more of them. Good lord. This is fantastic. It had to be 2 packs. Let's go. We might see it go up to 88% now. Hi. Anybody else? That was fun. Wild indeed, 74% on Xbox? Like, you guys are moving quick. I feel like Xbox still has a chance. Alright, none of these were interesting, so we're just gonna claim them fast. Just deleted the zone? Eh, that's fine. Did I shoot one way back here? 308 is great for wolves? It really is. Like, it does a really good job. 76% on Epic? You guys aren't far behind Steam then. Like, I still think there's a chance. What map this is? Quattro Purge. Came out in 2019? Same year as Yukon. Yeah, it should have been 2019. Alright, that's a little bright pink. The red deer drink down here. I was really hoping it would have went up to 88 after that. That would have been funny. Who's the host? Me. I would honestly get back into playing the game again if console multiplayer didn't suck. Love watching the vids though. Yeah, I think, you know, if I were a console player, I'd have a hard time, because my favorite way to play is like multiplayer, run around, try to find something cool on a map I've never been on before. I would hope I would adapt to something, but I understand, like, you know, not playing as much because multiplayer is a disaster. I really hope they fix it though. Yeah, back in my day, there were no zones in Classic to delete. Shoot elk all day with a bow and never move. You sit in that tree stand and bring your thermos of coffee and, well, a fifth, well, anyway. And, yeah, you know, you could do it day after day and they'd keep coming in and try to get that 400 for years. You know, it was fun. We liked it. Hope you don't mind I added onto your thing there. Okay, Joe Biden. That one's... There's like different grandpa voices that I do. That one I learned from Beeg. Like, it's just sort of the rambling whatever. Hopefully eventually fix wolves? Do you mean in multiplayer or generally? Because yeah, you're right. It has been how long since wolves worked properly in multiplayer? 3-4 years? It's a long time, which sucks. Wolves are a good feature in the game, but if you play a lot of multiplayer and you're not the host, then you never get to experience it. Okay, Ibex drinks soon. I'm gonna hit these fields here for a second before they're like really in their zones. Rabbits are just as bad? You're talking models though for them though, right? Bro's able to be 5 different people's grandpas? Somebody said the one that I did for the April Fool's video reminded them of, I think he said great grandpa. I'm like, that's pretty crazy that just, you know, an impression sounds so similar. It makes sense though. Gotta be somebody out there, right? At least tigers aren't bugged? True. Yeah, you still get that experience. There's no way we're gonna get this. Well, if he walks, maybe there is. Is it me, or are there less ads this month? Could be. I haven't changed anything on my end, but that doesn't mean YouTube's like ad algorithm hasn't changed. Because the only time that and usually I forget, the only time that I do anything like manually with ads is when I get up and go like, you know, refill my drink and all that. Xbox multiplayer is fine for me and no cheaters. That is true. Like, in theory, console should see less cheaters. We see just... I mean, I record in multiplayer pretty much every day. It's pretty rare that I don't run into at least one cheater. Can we see more of that old guy? I think I want to bring Flampaw back for some other videos. I need to come up with, like, the one thing that I wish is that you could do, like, character customization like Classic. Because in Classic, I can really, you know, I can put the white beard on and do the red flannel and everything, glasses. It can really sell, you know, an old-timer vibe. But, I'd like to do some stuff in Call of the Wild, because there's obviously some things you can mess with there, too. But it's, I don't think you could sell it quite as good. I'll have to come up with a way. Grandpa Flinter is the literal goat, the grandpa of all time. Last ad, sadly, there goes my sourdough fund. I'll have to look at it because, like, just compare analytics to see if it's different from one stream to the next. It could also be, like, certain individuals who, because not everybody gets an ad at the same time. So maybe some people that sort of got unlucky with ads the first few times didn't get them the next few times. Talking about ads, I just got one. I told you they were listening. They have them microphones in your cellular device. That's why I just use my pager, you know. I can't, no advertisements. I'll try to sell you none of that nonsense. I gotta quit that. You think Classic needs a graphics overhaul? It's tough because Classic's like a 15-year-old, 16-year-old game, you know? So, like, it would be nice if it got one, but I think like a lot of older games, it has a certain charm to it. I guess just understanding that it is that old. Like, I love playing old Pokemon games, stuff like that. Graphics, you know, graphics aren't everything, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But if it could get a graphics overhaul, I'd be the first one to, like, stand in line to play it. Grandpa Flancho uses a rotary telephone. Yeah, these kids these days, they just type in the numbers on their phone. There's not even any buttons on there. You just will hit the little circle on the screen. You know, you used to have to spin the dial, and you had to go around and around and talk to the operator. Nothing's difficult anymore. What's up, Jivers? Thank you for the 18 months. Welcome back. I never had to do that. We had a rotary phone, but I never, by the time I was old enough to use a phone, they were, I guess that was no longer a thing. Is the March challenge different on all consoles or all combined? I'll answer this to be as clear as I can. It's the same challenge, meaning like we all have to kill. There we got to 88. What do I do? What am I doing? Help! Isn't it? Am I dumb? Oh, it's right there. Harvest any animal class 4, 5, 6. All consoles have that, but the rewards are separate. So like, Xbox is at a different percent than PlayStation, different than Steam, different than Epic, different than Windows. All that's separated. 88 for PC drivers. We started today's stream at 86, so we're rolling. Am I dumb? Yes. Do deer drives in Classic with your friends? Thought you were stopping that? I haven't done a drive in a long time. It's not that I wouldn't, and not that I wouldn't have fun with it. It's just, at some point in the last, probably, it's been some years now, like 3 to 5 years, I would say. I think I've sort of found a new appreciation for, like, patient style hunting and, like, really trying to find trophies, I guess I'll call it the hard way or whatever. Not the drives aren't fun, but I don't know. I wouldn't do a drive for like the thought of, oh, we might be able to drive a non-tip down here and get it. I would do a drive because it's like, hey, fun, we get to shoot at stuff. 85 this morning, true that. I think Xbox is gonna be close, drivers. If people are still committed to it, I think you guys might get there. But if people are seeing it like, it's not going to happen, then, you know, if not everybody's on board, that's going to be tough. You're pushing 30, don't joke because your voice isn't far off from being there. Hello everyone, welcome back to Hunter Call the Wild. Today we're out here doing pheasant grind number 87. I still can't get that darn citrine. I gotta go to the latrine when I'm done here. Anyway. One of the two hollow ground for sure. What's up, Aaron? Remember when he was a teenager? I used to think, maybe this was true, I don't know. But I used to think like one of my biggest assets or whatever in terms of the channel itself was the fact that, like, I guess the relatability to a lot of the player base because I was around the same age. Now I'm older than everyone. I don't know anymore. Not older than everyone, but you get the point. Ooh, I don't know about that shot. Too far back. Is herd management hard? It takes time to set up, but I wouldn't call it hard necessarily. Time consuming. The pheasant are just not my choice for great ones. I like the process of pheasant grinding. It's like sped up pheasant hunting to me. Shoot them out of the air with a shotgun, that whole thing, like that's really enjoyable to me, so that's what I like about it. I think the great ones are cool, but you know, if they were maybe less cool looking in my mind, I'd still probably have fun with it. Very much for them, for me, it's not about the end goal. PlayStation's 99. I feel pretty confident you guys are gonna get the goal done by the time this stream ends. Has anyone gotten a Great One Fox yet? Oh yeah. I got mine, what, like a month ago? Kyla has one. A lot of people in here have one. Mel has two. Just the way it goes, Rylan, you know? Maybe the real Great One pheasants with the friends we made along the way? You know what? I think you're right. I haven't seen a level 5 on one of these lads in quite some time. Oh, just missed that. Want Midnight Poppy? That is the one that's like Blood Moon but without the white legs. I like that one a lot. Everyone except me, and you're definitely up there in terms of like the amount of work you put in. Never seen one in the wild? How do you mean that? Like you've never seen one yourself? Like while you're hunting, I guess, as opposed to in a video? Would you ever do a Great One pheasant grind on New England? I don't think. It's not to say it's not doable at all, but the places that pheasants are on New England are so annoying. Like, they're up in stuff like this, as opposed to fields. Like, there are mountain pheasants on New England. Them there mountain birds, you know. Them ones live way longer than the ones down there in the fields. They stock them for all them fake hunters to go out there and shoot them, and they pretend like they know what they're doing. Anyway. We get the rewards as soon as we complete it? That I don't know. I don't know if it'll be as soon as it's completed or if it's going to be, you know, in the 2 days and 15 hours thing. I kind of think it'll be at the end of it, but it would be cool if they came through immediately. Disconnected? Ooh, made it back in though. Look at that. What are the rewards? All right. So it's like a mini cosmetics pack. It's this, like tree bark camo. I wish I had this in real life for turkey hunting. Like, this is the exact pattern I feel like I need, at least for early season. This wood grain's cool. It's sort of like an olive paint spray. I'm meh on that one. I'm sure I'll use it for certain, you know, cosmetic things I'm doing, but I'm not going to use it as much. Some spots opened up. And they're full. I wish the new 308 was in 9.3 by 74R instead. Yeah, I could have done with that. Classic has that exact caliber. It's a over-under in Classic, but very powerful round. Is that the same, what is the drilling combo rifle? It's 9.3 by 74R, right? But it would be a repeating rifle of that, as opposed to the single shot. It's a 3-barrel gun, but you get it. Gonna switch map soon? Probably the end of Ibex ring time, so about 45 minutes. Think that'll be a pretty good time. It'll be right about the 2-hour mark, and then I don't know where we're gonna go. Verhunga's not a bad idea. Yukon could be good. I liked what you guys were saying there too. We'll figure something out. Where do we want to go here? I'm gonna spook some, but maybe there. I hear someone's dog. Hi. That was a little loud. What are you doing? I kinda thought there'd be more ibex over on this side. Hey, look at that thing. But, I guess we'll take a red deer. Level 1 Ronda. Holy! Love using the Gilpy with the boomstick perk. You know, I've never really messed with that. I need to do a video just like hunting with that for fun. That's the fire both barrels at once, right? If you have full servers off, David, then you won't see mine. Tips for Great One Pheasant. I don't know that it's any different than really any other grind at the end of the day. You know, you want to set up tents. There's 2 different ways you can do it, though. You can either set up tents like, you know, 200 meters away and plink them with the 22, or you can put the tents basically right on top of the zone. And when you fast travel in, the pheasants will flush, and it's kind of just like sped up pheasant hunting. You just shoot them out of the air with a shotgun. There will be times, and I don't know, for me it's maybe 75-25 where they fly the wrong way and it's a big pain. But it's still fun. He's been shot before. Somebody else said something about a level 1 ibex. I guess it's the same one. Could be interesting, Jacob. Poly tips for the Mosin. It's one of those ones where, you know, maybe fun trumps realism. They should just go for it. Tips on solo zones for fallow Great One. Generally, you want solos to be like low levels. This sounds to me like there's wolves right by this tent. I know, obviously, you hear wolves that are loud right now, but sometimes... Oh, I'm not even at a tent. They gotta be right here. Anyway, you could do like zone swapping things for solos. So let's say like you got a solo that's a level 4 and you got a level 1 in one of your shooter zones. You could try to swap them. How do you? I am 27. Why are we hunting does? Are we grinding for a rare female? Nope, we're killing literally everything today. Well, anything that's class 4, 5, or 6, but I'm also killing other stuff. Just for the medium March event. So, stag, hind, buck, doe. Is it Billy and Nanny for ibex? I don't know. But, yeah, anything that's class 4, 5, 6, if we pass the harvest check, it counts. How many great ones? 8? Why do I have such a hard time? However many great one species there are, I have that many, because I have one of everything. I have a PC. Is that so? We've been, you know, spots open up and close quickly as we go along here, but feel free to join or just, you know, do the same thing on your own map. You can also do that. Why are you killing Billy? He looked at me funny. I want a great one grind, but I want one that doesn't take a long time to set up or herd manage. What's your recommended animal? Probably fallow. Fallow or, you know, like like any grind, you can get unlucky and it can still go for a long time. But there's not a lot of places fallow drink. So it should be a pretty quick setup. And then as far as management goes, I mean, you know, depending on how crazy you want to go with it, you can have it managed pretty well pretty quickly, or you can really go crazy for it. Face reveal soon? I had my face in a video yesterday. I was fishing. So I've done a lot of, like, I've only done one face reveal video, because that was the first time I did it. But my face is in a lot of videos. Don't let this scare you, but my fallow grind was 13k. Did you do any herd management? I forget. What should I go shoot? I mean, I would pick your favorite class 4, 5, or 6 animal, personally. Whatever that thing is, shoot a whole bunch of them. Oh, I see what's happening here. I think we only got 1 or 2 of those, but I thought several of those... What even happened there? Anyway, I thought several of those shots were good. Scored a 60. Huge male. Holy. Never do IRL hunts? No. Not me. So the Red Fox Great One Fur variants are the first time now they look so cool. Yeah, as far as just, you know, furs and detail and stuff, it's one of the better Great Ones they've ever done. I just thought of something. If I get in that blind, we can kill more of these and delete no zones. Or I could use the tripod that's right there too. When I'm muley rare, I'll go after them. There you go. That could be cool. Ah, a floater. Taxied him. Perfect. You got a Hall of Shame lodge? Fit right in. That angle sucks. Did we get that? I must have just turned. Got that one. That may have been too high. I don't know. They're quick when they get out of there. A lot of those shots are just not working out on the follow-up. Ready to do your drink time? Yep, 6 to 10, that's correct. I don't know if any of these are actually good shots. Anybody else still standing around? I think we've at least spooked everything. Oh. More at this spot than I realized. What would a Hall of Shame Seek a Deer be? So, there's a bunch of level 1 Seek a Deer. I wish I could draw. But like, there's ones that have big tall spikes that are, I don't know what to relate them to. Like, sort of like the really small rosies. It's still like a decent antler. And then there's ones that are super small spikes like the fallow deer. That's what I'd be looking for. Like, it almost has to be minimum weight to get the super tiny ones, but they're so hilariously tiny. Oh, really, Clark? That's interesting. Hey, Survivor. Have a hard time getting follow-up shots on Xbox. Any tips? So, I haven't played with controller too much. But anytime... Where did you come from? Anytime I have, I've always struggled with that follow-up shot thing. Like, managing your recoil with the controller is just way harder. But that's what it comes down to. It's just going to be practice, repetition, getting that recoil management down. Like, basically, when I'm shooting on PC, as I'm pulling the trigger, I'm actually pulling... Well, not as, but the second I pull the trigger, let's say, I'm pulling my mouse down to get my, to get my crosshairs back on target quicker, because obviously the recoil is going to go up. You can do that on console, it's just harder to do. If that's vital, oh, I think it is. I'm going to need to get a dog. Like, there's no way I'm going to find all these. Hey, Tuck. Would you be able to quick show your skills and perks? Sure, we got a little bit of a run here. I'll just leave each one up for a couple seconds, and if you want to screenshot or whatever, that is fine by me. Favorite great one in the game? Moose, I think. I think conceptually, artistically, all that sort of stuff, Moose are the best ones I've ever done. Just run square into that tree. Can any female ducks make diamond? No. Goldeneye can get pretty big. I think you can get gold females. You can get gold female mallards, but very rarely. That's about it, I think. Cinnamon teal, no. Harlequin duck, no. And I think all the newer ones don't even get that close. Low in the lungs with the first shot and probably end up high in the lungs for the follow-up on a different animal. Helps with vertical recoil management. That makes sense. Pick up flat shooting gun then too, doing that. Ferruginous ducks can make gold. Can they? I don't think I've even had one that close. That's good to know. Got a Lou female Ferruginous duck. I thought originally that one ended up being a leucistic widgeon. I thought it was a flock of Ferruginous ducks, and I was really excited. 'Twas not to be, though. I mean, it was a rare, so. I do accept rare ducks of all shapes and sizes. I almost want to turn tracks off, so we can just see the bodies, but I think we're going to need blood to follow. Level 5 Bathidi is nice. Went from a huge level 1 to an actual 5. Where are you at? There? I didn't know there were ibex there. I'd never found that. Tyrannus, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. Would love to see pintails and snow geese in the game. Snow geese could be cool. They have them in Classic, and there's a cool thing about snow geese. Well, at least the Classic did. I never hunted them. I have probably seen them flying over me in real life, but I don't know. But at least in Classic, there's what's called a blue morph. And they're like decently common, but they're almost like pretty much like a bluish gray throughout the body, and then the head is still white. Head and neck maybe is still white. Assuming those are semi-common in real life, and then therefore Call of the Wild would do something similar. That could be cool. And then, what did you say, pintails? Again, I can only really speak from my experience in Classic, but cool looking birds. Some really sick rares they have in Classic. Their wings look really neat to me. I, like, you know, 6 months ago or whatever, I'd have said, like, don't care. But now, rare birds are like, yeah, give me those. Sandhill crane? That's ribeye the sky? Is that the right bird? Is Spirit a rare fur type for brown bear? It is not. I wish it was, but it's not. Stealing your diamonds? Get them, man. Kill them all. I don't get the joke either, Clark. I wish I did. Wood ducks all day. I want them in Call of the Wild, or blue-winged teal. We have wood ducks here. They're beautiful. They're really cool birds. Pretty small ducks too, right? I don't know if they're smaller than like what? Green-winged teal now are about the smallest duck in the game. I think the diamond score is like 3 something. Anyway. They could be cool. I don't know anything about blue-winged teal though. And we might even have, or we have some sort of teal in PA. I don't know what kind they are. OU812. Oh, I get it. Hey, Johnny. Time to grind fallow. One by one, we're going to get this sucker done. It might be, like, tomorrow at this rate. We could be done a day early. On blue-winged teal, pintails, and wood ducks. I need to look up blue-winged teal, but the other two, I'd be on board. 14th reset. Holy. Need trail cams? So that game I've been playing a lot of this season, it has trail cameras, and I think if that game can manage it, I think Call of the Wild can pull it off. Alright, let's do... My tent's gonna disappear, like 50% sure it's gonna happen. Eurasian teal are the smallest duck in the game? I was trying to remember if green-winged teal were smaller than Eurasian teal or vice versa. Got it backwards then. Your boss has a pet blue-winged teal? When you say pet, like, sort of a farm duck? Surely it's not in the house, right? Got a diamond blue sheep today? Nice. Killed like 4 white-tailed deer and the percent didn't go up on Xbox, so I'm giving up. It might take a little more than 4, but, you know. 4 will still help. I was hoping maybe 1 was dumb enough to hang around. Blue-winged teal looked like Gadwall with a literal baby blue patch on the wing. Alright, I gotta look him up. Blue-winged teal. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I think that might be the one we have here. Those look familiar to me. And like a white stripe on the face? Because ducks just have hybrids and stuff, I think there could be some sick rares of those. I support this. Let's get them in the game. What's up, Joel? On lunch at work, tuning in. Appreciate you, man. In their backyard in its cage in town. Huh. Hopefully he's got some water. He's injured and can't really fly. Oh, okay, I gotcha. They, and I still see them on occasionally. Somebody here has, like, pet ducks with their wings clipped because they can't fly. And, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, all they've done is feed the coyotes for the last couple years. I find dead ducks, or was finding dead ducks, every spring for years. Didn't find any this year. So either they're all dead, or maybe they do a better job of keeping them inside at night. The last time I saw them was several months ago. But every now and then you see them, like, swimming down the creek, just having a good old time. Drake Gadwall Mellis score very bottom estimate. That's good to know. Maybe one day I'll find one of those. And also maybe one day I'll be able to claim it at the same time. Colossal Biosciences just released a video of 2 dire wolf pups howling. That's cool. I think it's going to be real close, Levi. Like, maybe the biggest determining factor of will Xbox make it or not could be how many people look at it and say, it's not going to happen, and give up. I really think that might determine it. Like, if people stick with it, I think it could happen. How rare is the hybrid goldeneye? I mean, I don't know numbers or anything, but like Mel said, they're really rare. Ready to skull mount a piebald water buffalo in Classic? If they add water buffalo skull mounts, I'd happily sacrifice my piebald water buffalo if they added skull mounts. Tips to be a big content creator. I really think if the goal is to become a big content creator, you're going to struggle. I think you have to do it because you love it. You have to do it because it's fun. Because those days of, and there's a lot of them, those days of, 20 views on a video, 15 views. Like, I remember when I would upload, and the next morning I'd go to work, because I had to upload overnight, our internet sucked. And I'd go to work, and I'd get my first break in the morning and look like, all right, we got to 30 views, nice. Like, it's a long, growth process. But the biggest things I would say is, like, make content that you enjoy making. Because if you're having fun, the audience will, like, sense that and also enjoy it. And, if you can have a schedule, releasing content, whatever you can manage. Don't overdo it. So, like, if you can't realistically get a video out every day, don't try to make that your schedule. If you can manage 3 videos a week, 1 video a week, whatever that is, stick to that. And then, upload on that time, so then even people that aren't subscribed, but know when you release, come back for that video. It has to be a passion. Yeah. What's up, mayonnaise? Ross geese? That's true. Feels like all the other games do it, like, Hunting Sim had it. Boy, the Hunter has Ross's geese, right? Pretty sure they do. Call of the Wild Classic. For some reason, they never did anything like that. I'm guessing that branch has a hitbox. Can I tell with this? We're going to experiment. I'm probably going to miss. Well, actually, not going to miss. I'm going to hit the branch, but... Nope, shot right through it. Heck, what? Alright. I don't know what happened there. 263 max weight fallow, not bad. All mine disappeared, by the way. I have 0 fallow on my top right leg now. I don't know where they went. I checked the areas I thought they might bounce to. My thought is I may need to kill some, almost like my pheasants. Not my pheasants, my foxes. Go kill them somewhere else and see if they show back up. Furthermore, he stood up by being authentic. That's true too. Like, as cheesy and what is the word I want? Cliche as the advice be yourself is. That's important. If you're playing a character, like, eventually that's gonna crack. Like, you just can't play a character forever. Went fishing all day yesterday and didn't catch a thing? Bet you still had a better day fishing catching nothing, though, than you would have at school or work or anything else. My friend wants to get into the game, and I'm recommending your content to him. Now I can flex that I stole one of your diamonds. There you go. It's officially in the lore. Well, thanks, Jack. Is it a good idea to grind moose for my first great one? I think it'll be challenging, and I think there's, like, other much easier ones to learn with. If you're, you know, committed and willing to do moose, and you can succeed in that, every great one going forward is going to all be downhill from there. Like, it's going to be easier sledding than that moose was. Moose are a tough grind. Got about 12 to 15 fallow on my grind. That's what I think I need to do is, like, commit to a few zones and kill the level 2s as well. Real life hunts I called out would be great to grind for something special and make an IRL hunt in-game where you find and shoot that special thing. I have thought about trying to do that with, like, great ones or something on that level. Maybe one day I'll make it happen. Like, if I could get... So, I've been, like, casually shooting fallow, and as I just mentioned, they're kind of disappearing. If I could get another fallow to show up, one thing I might try to do is, like... I did this years ago with a level 5 elk. Try to find his path where he walks to it, like... Basically find a rest zone, or whatever they do before they drink, I don't know. Feed or rest zone. Find that, and then set up somewhere between that and his drink zone, like where he normally walks to his drink zone, instead of try to kill him along the way. That was a really cool thing. When I did it with the elk, it felt super authentic and real. With a bow, of course. We'll see that. It also might, you know, it depends on how it happens. If it shows up on stream, that... A hunt like that requires too much editing to make it work, so I wouldn't be able to do that on stream, I don't think. Thoughts on what the next map should be on animals? Well, we know from the winter preview show, it's at least going to have snow. I don't know if that means permanent snow, like let's say an Arctic map, or just a Yukon Valley type thing where it can snow. But I'm hoping for an Arctic map. Muskox, polar bear, Arctic fox, all that kind of stuff would be awesome, but we shall see. It's a really uneven female. Got my second ever great one, both are whitetail. The first I grinded, the second was no grind, just a random spawn. I'll ask you this because I've always had this thought. Did the second one have, like, not a more rewarding feeling, but a more... Was it more exciting? That's a way to ask it. Because I always have thought that it would be, like, a random one would be way more hype. Do you remember Victor Clark? He got one on Hirschfeld in the random spawn. What do you think the next great one will be? I think it'll probably be on the new map, whatever that new map is. And I think it'll be a non-base game animal because foxes and pheasants are both on Hirschfelden. So that leaves it to be anything. It could be a new species. It could be, like, I'm hoping for caribou because I really want to see caribou redone anyway. Like, the caribou on Yukon just, they don't look good. They don't. And it's a shame because caribou are awesome in real life. So I'm hoping for that. if it were to be like my Greenland map idea, which I've been wanting Greenland for years. What else? I mean, Doll Sheep? That actually would be Arctic Alaska, not Greenland, but Doll Sheep could be an interesting one, like a sheep crate one, because we have tar. Could be kind of neat, right? You could do some cool things with spiral horns. He was in our mostly Twitch chats a lot, Clark, but this was 3 years ago, probably. Cabela's Caribou or Peak? You know, I'm thinking, you know, they had them in Alaskan Adventures. They're pretty good there. I'm trying to think what other games I've even played that they had caribou. Great One Grizzly, that could be interesting. Kodiak Island map. I like that. Kodiak bears in this game, I think the grizzly bears that we currently have are really kind of modeled after Kodiak bears. Like, just the heads and stuff look more like Kodiak bears than, let's say, like coastal brown bears to me. Or rather, grizzly bears. I guess they're not coastal then, but anyway. They can still do, like, a separate thing as a Kodiak. They could be bigger. Kodiaks can get 2,000 pounds-ish, right? Just getting into fly fishing is quite hard. It is, but it's so, like, there's something different about it. Catching a fish on a fly rod is just more exciting, I guess. Honestly, I thought we just smoked the tree, but I guess not. Could they backfill Doll Sheep to Yukon? If they ever added them, yes. Or if they did whatever I said. They could address Bighorn. There you go. They need it. Bighorn could use all kinds of reworks. Horns, models themselves. That's about it. Those two. Caribou would be an amazing great one. Imagine 87 trolls, 3 diamonds, and 1 great one. So that would be an interesting thing, right? We generally have like a thought in the community that diamonds are in some way relevant to great one grinds, whether it's like that a great one has a chance to respawn off a diamond, or that a great one has a chance, like, let's say instead of a diamond spawning, there's like a 1 in 100 chance it becomes a great one instead, whatever. Nobody knows how it works, but because herd management works and because it seems to help with diamonds, obviously there's some, or not seems to help with diamonds, obviously it helps with diamonds. Because it helps with diamonds, it seems to help with the great ones, there's clearly some sort of connection. So something that trolls a lot like that, would that be a worse grind? Would be interesting to see. Only one way to find out. EW, give us great one caribou. We'll figure it out. What about turning a busted rod into a fly rod? We have the technology. I turned my busted fly rod back into a non-busted fly rod. I did that. Want a great one on Virunga. Still think Cape Great One could be pretty sick. A lot of the old True Action user work. Yeah. We were, was it on stream? I don't know. Somewhere recently, we were having a conversation about, you know, like, whitetail being 8x8s all the time, whereas that's, as typical whitetail go, about as rare as it gets in real life. But even like a small gold whitetail in Call of the Wild's an 8x8, just give us big mainframe 12s and stuff. I'd love that. All the bears have been remodeled other than grizzlies? Grizzlies could use it. Favorite map? Come back to that, Jorge. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. Good to have you here. Whoa, okay. That's fine. So, favorite map. I think for nostalgia, it's still Leighton Lakes, but it doesn't... We went there not that long ago on stream, and it doesn't feel like old Leighton to me, like, at all. So I think Sooner Baton has kind of officially become my favorite map. But, you know, I still like the nostalgia and stuff that Leighton delivers. Great one, elk or mule deer would be legendary. I have, like, dreams of a great one mule deer in velvet, or maybe like some velvet and non-velvet racks. Just huge, non-typical, you know, like, what, I played the game, was it Outdoor Adventures? They had those huge, like, crazy, non-typical mule deer. Or, like, classics, frankly. Give me that. Some cool furs, velvet, non-velvet. I'd be all for it. Favorite classic map. Even though I hunt the heck out of Timber Gold Trails these days, it's still Red Feather. Red Feather's like, it's the ultimate big game map. There are no small game animals on that map. It's whitetail and blacktail deer, moose, elk, Roosevelt elk to be clear, and black bear. That's it. And they're all fun species, they're all cool. So that remains my favorite. Blacktail quickly becoming rare trophies? In Call of the Wild, you mean? Of all old things I missed, the Gensbuck Lake was amazing. You're talking about the one... There's that outpost in the southwest-ish. That spot that would have like 70 of them. I'm also mad that I didn't take more advantage of that. Because I could have my diamond male Gensbuck by now. That would have been the place to get it. 100%. Anybody know if ibex drink here? I don't see why they wouldn't, but it is pretty far south. Timber Gold is the prettiest map in Classic? It is. And I love Timber Gold, don't get me wrong. Like, there's a reason that I've been able to put in so many hours on that map looking for a 400 non-tip. I really do love the map. Wolves are a lot of fun. Pumas are cool there. Actually, in tomorrow's video, we'll be killing a couple of pumas. One in a really hilarious fashion, which I'll leave for when the video comes out. Obviously mule deer are great. Rocky Mountain elk are very good. And in the lower part of the map, other than that, you got grizzlies. So, like, it's still just big game. There's a whitetail ptarmigan up in the mountains with bighorn and pumas. But it's kind of like Red Feather, but I feel like it's a larger map. Red Feather's big, though. So maybe it's just the river makes it feel larger. Because you can see so far. Will you be bringing back the Gensbuck grind? I don't know. I didn't like that one as much. Like, I had fun with it, but we'll see. Maybe if we get this pheasant sooner rather than later, we'll go back to Gensbuck and see if we can get that. I'd like to get it, but there is something like, it's a different thing. But I don't like grinding for super rares. Like, it just doesn't interest me. I like grinding for great ones because that's kind of the way to do it. But I think along the same vein, I wouldn't want to... I'd rather find the Gensbuck without grinding. But obviously, because they're impossible to find, that's why we turned to the grind to begin with. Great one wolf with the fur types like the Mission Iberian wolves. It's not a bad idea. I'd want more scars and, like, maybe blind in one eye, that kind of stuff, too. How did you die like that? Thing died taking a drink. Just Texas heart shot a mouflon? Nice. I'd rather grind just so I know my trophy's legit. Yeah, I get that. A lot of people just would rather grind in single player than stumble into something in multiplayer, but I don't know. Other than basically that super rare stubble quail because the game crashed before I could really check the server out, I'm pretty much fully confident anytime I shoot something in multiplayer that it's legit. Like, I really check that server. If it's a, I don't know, a diamond mountain lion on SRP, I'm not going to check the server that much. I mean, I usually stay there anyway, but if the server were to crash, I mean, who cares? It's a diamond mountain lion. There's tons of them. Whether it was legit or not doesn't matter. But if it's like a super rare or something really, really uncommon, like, I'm really hitting that server hard to check. I'm fairly sure this thing was shot, wounded, and was actually coming over here to drink. Like, the way that it died, it almost has to be. Foot shot. Unfortunate vital miss. Gave a little shave on the neck. And now it's dead. Great one, turkeys. I can get behind that. Give me turkey redo. Give him like true beards, true spurs could be really cool. Classic has that, by the way. Unique furs and stuff, and then feathers. And then with like the trophy organ, I guess in this case would be beard and spurs. Give them 2-inch spurs. Give them double beard, triple beard, stuff like that. I'd love that. What's up, Wyatt? Doing good, man. How about you? Tons of them. Guess my messed up one means nothing. I'm just saying, relative to other stuff. Haven't played for like 2 years. Lots of new things. Oh yeah. Including, this is the first ever one. Well, they've done it before, but the first one under the challenges name. We have the community challenge medium march hunt, so anything class 4, 5, and 6 with a past harvest check counts. We started the day at 85%, started the stream at 86%, and it's up to 88 now. So I think literally murdering everything in my Quattro map is helping. Good lord, I have 38,000 score. Been shooting some stuff. Love your fishing video. Thank you, man. That is something I'd like to do some more of. I don't know if I'll get to do it this week. I may get to go fishing this week, but I don't know if I'll get to film it. And if we do, it'll be catch and release, but still. Kazatar, hope I'm saying that correctly. Thanks so much for the super chat, man. Really appreciate that. Love your vids. Been watching you for years. Well, thank you, man. Very kind of you. And by the way, super chat alerts weren't working earlier, so I'm glad yours came through there. Thank you again, dude, and thanks for jumping in. Only 88% for PC, PlayStation's 99%. Hope you get it. I'm rooting for you. I think we're gonna. I'm trying to remember. It was at low 70s yesterday, maybe 75. So PC has been going something like 10% a day, and we really only from this point on need to average like 6% a day. So we should be fine, but that's why I'm streaming it. Just let's get a whole bunch of kills and make sure we're gonna get there. 88% for Steam. Good point. Windows and Epic, both PC, are different. Do you bass fish? Not a lot these days, but yeah, I do. It probably won't work out quite right, but Bottom Boy Will that I was fishing with in that video, he's gonna be fishing, I think it's in Kentucky, and it's around the same time that I'm gonna be driving down to Georgia. So if somehow it works out, maybe we'll take half a day and go fish with him again. Bass fishing that time. Hanson 30-06 is a good gun? It's really good, yeah. Waiting my whole life for the IRL fishing video. There's been a lot of people that have asked me for a fishing video, so I'm glad that I was finally able to do one, but I almost started the video by saying, like, the people have asked for it for so long, but I'm like, let's not turn this into something grander than it is. It's just having fun for a weekend. Snakehead, thank you for the super chat. What do you think the next community challenge should be? I was saying earlier, I think, like, making it dependent on the medal. Getting a bunch of golds could be really interesting. That would still require the harvest check, but I guess messed up diamonds count too. It would obviously need to be a lower total number, because for this, as long as you pass the harvest check, level 1 male, female, diamond, anything counts. But I think a particular medal could be a cool challenge. Bass fishing on a fly rod is really fun. That's the only bass fishing I've actually done any kind of recently. And I actually filmed some of it. I still have the footage. But we only caught a couple of fish. It was a pretty last minute trip. We were only out for a couple hours. So what I want to do is go again at some time this year and just kind of stitch the two trips together into one video. But we were fishing with streamers. So like, it's with a fly rod, but we're not fishing dries on top of the water. 400 meter heart shots? Heart shots in general? That could be cool. I like the way you're thinking there. Just smoked 14 animals, nothing is safe? I like it. Character customization? We were saying earlier, because a lot of people really like the April Fool's video, and if I could do character customization, and a mirror camera would kind of be needed too, so you could see your character. Yeah, but if Flanpaw could come out here and call the wild and teach these kids a thing or two about how to hunt, well, that'd be pretty good. Anyway. It'd be cool if they added the 22 Magnum. It could be for classes 1 to 3. Is 22 Mag like more or less powerful than 22 Hornet? Because I thought the 22 Hornet was a little more powerful. Do I have that backwards? Flinter in 2 years is a daily fishing vlogger. I'll do it in like stereotypical YouTuber voice. What's up, guys? Today we're gonna catch a rainbow trout from 400 meters. Crazy loadouts coming tomorrow. Make sure to like and subscribe so we can get 12 million likes. And if we get that many, I'm gonna fish for a cat. I don't know why I said that. All ground, thank you for the super chat. Hey, DasBiel, can someone go to the OG RedneckJay link at the top right? Tried a ton of stuff, but then DC'd. See if there's pressure there, because I can go clean. Is it here? Like at the back of it? Are you glad that's not how I talk in my videos, JD? Cool, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. 22 mag, I think, is less powerful. I looked into this pretty recently, actually. I think that's right, but I could have it backwards in my head. On the face tubes. Yeah, and them guys are looking for antlers and they want to shoot the deer and post it on Instagram. I could do with an Instagram, you know what I'm saying. Anyway. Like the second drink zone on the right. This one? That's, or maybe this one. Probably that one. Yep, I'll check this link and go up there. Welcome back, Ryder. That's the inauthentic voice I was saying? Yeah. I will be honest, if I click on a video and someone's screaming at me in that voice, I just leave. If I'm told to subscribe before I know what the content is, no thanks. That's the only thing, Clark, that I went back and changed in that video. I didn't think of that joke in the moment. I said something about dunking a graham cracker in coffee, and it was when I was editing, I was like, oh my god, wait, there's a perfect joke here. Oh. Ran out of bullets. That went better than it could have. How much did your voice hurt? It wasn't bad because there were bigger gaps than you probably would have expected between, you know, things that happened. It would be, you know, 5 to 10 minutes between the intro and then, you know, shooting that first elk and stuff. So it was really no different than what I do on stream, like talk for a couple minutes and then take a break. Really love that vid, brilliant. I definitely want to do more of them. Found a female red deer I lit up. I think I do remember shooting one that I never went and claimed. Seems familiar. The top right side, second drink zone to the left. Top right side, second drink zone to the left. I'll just run up along here and try to find them. Is it ibex, by the way? I was looking for red deer zones. I just realized that's not even going to be accurate. If that was lungs, I'd be shocked because it looked like we doinked him in the head. Back in my day, there was no instant anything. You sat and waited and you were fine with it. I tell you, these kids these days, they need to have their cell phone out and watching the face tubes and all that stuff. Do you still hunt snow leopards? I haven't for a while. I'd actually like to get back to it, but I've been, you know, just messing with some other stuff. Normally, at least as of late, like weekend videos have been the Salisbury Park chasing waterfowl thing. But prior to that, a lot of times those go into Souter Baton on the weekend. I don't have any particular videos planned this week, other than I do want to come here to Quattro and just check my single player map for whatever respawns is going to happen from this absolute massacre. Maybe I'll go to Souter Baton though. Chase some snowies. Because what was the other thing that I was after that I just got? I forget. Oh, the rare male tiger. That's why I kept going back and I haven't been there for a bit. Must have been really special. I already forgot what it was. Can you check what percent? Yep. Still 88. We gotta be close to 89 though. Favorite ibex? Of the 4 in game, probably Rondas. I like to look at them the best. If we're including all ibex, you know, real life and all that, Alpines or Siberian. Both of those are cool. And I think Markhor, I don't know if I'm saying it right, it's like Mark, like the name Mark, M-A-R-K-H-O-R. They're like a spiral horn thing. They look really cool. Gonna switch to Yukon? Yeah, what time is this? Is it 1400? I want to run up there and check for whatever dead things are there. I don't know if that will count, though. I might not worry about it. I mean, they're harvested with a harvest check. Maybe they will count. Maybe I left ATVs on by accident. Maybe I'll just buzz up there. Hate that Epic 77, they should just combine all PC. I think they should combine the entire community. I don't entirely get why they're separate, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. I just hope in the future they combine them all. Because I think it should be everybody working together, and either we get it or we don't. Because that, like, my title is calling all PC players, and it's mostly because I'm hosting my own map and I want people to, like, join this particular server. That was the idea. But I'd like to in the future be like calling all Call of the Wild players. You might be on Epic or on PlayStation or Xbox, but even though you maybe can't join the specific server that I'm hosting, you can still, you know, like, play along and we can talk and chat about, like, oh yeah, I just shot 12 red deer in one zone, let's go. Mark hour or whatever, yeah, you know. I think the Persian ibex looks cool. Well, since we gotta wait for this guy to float, I'll look that one up. Persian ibex. Oh yeah, they kind of look like, they're similar to Alpines, to be honest. Very similar. I have done irreparable damage to the cardboard community by shooting 15 turkey loads out of the new rig, leaving them with many holes in their structure. Can't believe you've done this. I was at a pizza place last night. My cousin who lives in Texas was in town, and they were getting pizza there, so me and my dad went and had a couple beers, hung out with them. They had a Toby Keith cardboard cutout, and my dad's vision sucks. He thought it was real for some reason. I don't know. Some dude dressed up as Toby Keith, I guess he thought it was. Last I heard, Xbox was 63 yesterday, so it's jumping up big time. Do you turkey hunt in real life? I do. Yeah, I'll turn this down because we're about to be noisy here. Red because fastest, by the way. Let's do that. Holy Kazatar, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Decided to make it even 100. Well, I really appreciate it, man. That is far too kind of you, but it is very much appreciated. And again, thanks for jumping in, hanging out. Always appreciated. PS is 99. You guys are killing it. All the W's. Do we have the sub love, like the heart emote on here? It's on Twitch. I don't know what I have on here. I'm terrible about keeping up with them. Holy indeed. Thank you again, man. So glad I'm on PC. Steam for the last year and a half. Right now, right? Best map for the challenge? I think Quattro is a very good option. Tailroa is not bad because fallow and red deer. We're gonna try Yukon because it's gonna be caribou, wolves. What even else? There must be something else that I'm missing. Is there? Groceries secured. Yeah, I mean that'll buy a dozen eggs, right? But I try when Kyle is out of town to just like basically not buy groceries and eat whatever we have in the house. Great one, painted Irish, nice. Flour money secured. Absolute beast, I know, right? Alright, I either don't understand where these things are dead at, or I haven't gotten there yet. Oh. Why is there a melanistic... What? Did you know you shot this hollow? Do you want to come back and claim it? Is Hollow still here? I'm guessing it was just shot through the brush and didn't know. That's funny. These are really rare, so like, if Hollow's still here, I'm gonna just back out and let him have it. What's up, JTech? Flinter on a quad, only bad things can happen? For real. Here, I'll let this lay for now. We'll see if Hollow comes back. If not, I mean, I don't want to tax it, but I feel bad just not tax. You know what I mean? Like, just letting it disappear forever. Are there other dead things here? I'll pick it up if he isn't here. You can, I don't care. Feel free. He said he couldn't claim it. Oh, okay. I thought he said he disconnected, but I didn't realize he knew he shot that. If you want to come get it, no bad days, feel free. Three-wheelers are the real demons?
You know, they didn't have engines with... Oh, goodness gracious. That's why I don't use these darn things. Good for nothing. Oh, look at that.
When's the April Fool's event coming out? I'm thinking we're not getting one, but, you know, maybe that changes. Right on cue, huh? I'm joking, it won't be fair? Okay. I don't know where these things were dead at. Hollow left? Yeah. I guess I'll come back and get it. I'm not going to tax it, though. I feel weird about it. I'll just screenshot it for him. So here's the plan, then. We're going to swap to Yukon. And I guess I'll make it caribou drink time, and we'll just start to annihilate caribou and whatever wolves we find. There's got to be something else on the map that I'm just completely overlooking right now. But I really can't think of it. And some of you guys might have said, but we were, let's buzz it along. I just can't think of anything else right now that'd be 4, 5, or 6. Anyway. Yeah, we're gonna switch over there. I'm gonna go refill my drink. And we should be good to go. And I guess the nice thing is, unlike Classic, we can just leave. You guys, if you're wanting to keep hunting my Quattro, feel free. All that stuff counts as well. And we'll switch to Yukon. Somebody just shot at me. Does herd management actually help Great One spawn faster? Normally, yeah. The thing about herd management, like, herd management versus, let's say, non-herd managing. Herd management takes hundreds to maybe 1,000-ish kills to get everything set up really how you need it. And you might be able to get 2,000 or 3,000 kills non-managing in that time frame. So you can get a great one faster not managing sometimes. But pretty much all my grinds that I didn't herd manage have gone 5,000 kills plus. Anything, like the ones that I've somewhat managed as of late, have gone faster. Hello. Well, I wish I was a little bit faster. Smoked. Gonna join the Yukon one? Sounds good. I'll rest here the proper time. I gotta buy ammo. I'll do that before I run and grab a fresh drink. Otherwise, I'll just have 12 rounds for the rest of the stream. Let's get that. Let's go. I'll start here, I think. Wish Grizzly counted. Like the old man said, stay strapped. See, you never know when the wolves are to come try to munch on your feet. You never know. Problem I'm having is finding a server. That's no good. I need to get one, Patrina. I haven't, it's a cool looking dog. Haven't had a Axis skull mount yet. When are reindeer? Is it 4 to 8? I'll make it like 4:45. It'll be like a little light already. Alright, let me go refill my drink, and we shall get right to rolling. I will be right back. Before I go, I'm amazed. I hadn't started moving yet. All I said is I'll be right back. Shadow's head pops up. She knows I'm getting up. It's amazing. Anyway, be right back.
Like my daddy taught me, you don't go into the mountains without some fresh mountain lightning, or else you'll die.
I don't know. What's better, pancakes or waffles? Always waffles. Angry woofs? Wait. Did they actually attack you? Because that shouldn't work. Maybe they're just standing there. Do the do. It's off-brand do, but it's much cheaper, so it counts. When's the April Fool's event coming out for Classic? I mean, maybe there's still going to be one, but I'm unaware of one happening. With White Lightning. Just popped in, but I was wondering what would your thoughts be if peacocks were added to the game, like on Sooner Baton? It would be a little weird for me at first, because my uncle actually raised some when I was a kid. So, to me, it would be like shooting pets, but I realize that's not everybody's perspective. I'd get used to it. There's some really cool rares. Like, they could look awesome in the lodge, but I don't... Like, my brain doesn't associate them with game animals, but also really tigers and stuff like that I wouldn't have either. And I love them, so it wouldn't take much for me to make that adjustment, I think I found a mellow duck. Ooh, nice. Get him. Cheater in here. Oh, yeah. Is he doing anything other than just having level 79? Which person is he? I'm gonna watch real close. How's the dog? She's chilling. Laying on her bed. I can't believe we've been live for like almost 2.5 hours already. We got about an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. We'll have to wrap up. Obviously cheating. I know he's like, he has a thing to make his level different, but if he's not cheating like how he plays, I'm not gonna just kick him. Soup, thank you for the 14 months. Welcome back. Just gonna watch him. Stare at him. That just sounds like so much fun, Soup. Map, Yukon Valley. What's up, Shadowhunter? Hi from Finland. What's going on, man? Welcome on in. Don't really like to hunt small game. That's more survival than hunting. I'm old school hunting on Oregon Trail was about meat gain versus bullets used. There you go. What weapon should I use, excluding bows, because this is my first painted fallow?
I want to say to use the Glock because stay strapped is the way to go. I don't know though. A little risky.
Goodness gracious, Kazadar, thank you so much. I hope I'm saying your name right, by the way. I gotta feel terrible if I'm getting it wrong. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. I was kidding, 100 is too little. That is far too kind, man. If you're in my Discord, by the way, I'll have to give you the big mail roll. So if you're in there, let me know. But thank you again, man. I really, really appreciate that. That is far too generous of you. Muzzleloader's not a bad idea. All the W's. Gonna have to get that emote in here, too. That would be mucho better. You're on the Discord. Is it the same name? Big mail, for real. Big mail roll earned right there. Glocks in every one of my loadouts. I wish, like... I don't know how to... The way the Call of the Wild works, like, you always want... You know, you want a really good gun for Class 79. You want a really good 4D. You need, like, a 243 and a 22. It's hard to, guess I'll shoot that, too. Oh, that's a shotgun. I never bought ammo, either. Sheesh. Anyway, it's hard to fit, like, an extra gun in there. But I'd like to carry the Glock more. It's a fun gun. What do you call a gun that goes to the gym? A muscle loader, oh my. So I have... When I go to Discord right now, it'll be like streamer mode, so I can't search names and stuff, but I'll make sure I get you after the stream. Well, it might be when I get home, because I gotta run to that thing right afterwards. That's why we're streaming this time of day, but I will make sure I get you that roll. What's up, Logan? Thank you for the 18 months. Good to see you once again. Welcome on in. How's it going today? Question, pink Glock or no? Yes. Well, if we were bear hunting, we'd be doing great. And normally up here I am. Spec into 23 carry weight? How many guns you carry though? 5? Congrats on those super rare and classic. What? Thank you. I can give the roll if needed. Yeah, go for it. That'll make it less likely that in 3 days I wake up in the middle of the night and go, huh, I never did that. How's a Cal do math? A calculator? Nice. Is this Yukon? It is indeed. Alright, I don't know where that bear ran, but I'm not really that worried about it. It doesn't help us. Let's see. Are we on 89 yet? Not yet. I was hoping we could get to 90 by the end of the stream. I don't think we'll do that, but 89 should be pretty likely. When did you get Classic Super Rare? The video hasn't come out yet. It's actually going to be tomorrow's video. But I actually shot it. It's 2 things. 2 weeks ago? Something like that. Just kind of, last week was the April Fool's thing, and I already had that 243 typical muley that was going to be the video before that. So we're just kind of getting around to it. Also, I hear Willie barking outside, so if anybody is a headphone user, I might recommend turning your headphones down just a little bit in case Shadow decides to bark too. Do you think Blacktail should be added to Yukon? It wouldn't really be a proper fit. Like, it should be Sitka Blacktail, and the ones we have on Layton are Colombian Blacktail. Could they, reskin? It really would just be a separate model, though. They're not that similar. So, like, I'd rather them just add actual Sitka Blacktail. I'm gonna, for the sake of simplicity, Layton Blacktail on this map just wouldn't feel right to me. Okay, then. Blacktail should have a great one. I'd get behind that. I think that could be cool. On Epic, we're still at 78. Gonna be hard. That's... By the end of today, though, you guys ought to be to at least 80. That's about 10% a day. It's gonna be asking for a lot, but I think it's doable. What species? Mule deer. Got the roll. Appreciate it, Kyla. You should be set up then. Dangerous game, I just used Glocker 308/300 AR. Well, you got the quick fire rate and high ammo capacity for that. Why did I run past that, Cal? Got it, good deal. Dilute, nope. Saw it in your classic account. We should have had another one on stream. Was that last week or the week before? It was 2 weeks ago. It was the next day, as I recall. There was a piebald, and this would have been a fairly insignificant super rare, but a super rare nonetheless. There was a piebald mule deer doe coming in, and there were some bucks in the area, and I'm like, well, let's make sure there's not like a non-tip or a rare in there we can get a super rare. I'm not really into the whole like farming super rares thing, meaning like drop a rare in a spot and then stay there for 2 hours. What am I doing? Trying to bring in another rare or anything. Like, I don't think that's... If people do it, whatever. But that's not the kind of super rare I want. Like, to me, a super rare is, like, 2 rares in the same herd. Or somehow you get 2 rares that have happened to be in the same area or whatever. So anyway. I literally said, like, let's make sure there's not a super rare here with that buck. And then I said, I'm not going to sit here and farm it. So I shot the piebald, claimed it, took the trophy shot, turned around. There was a melanistic doe right there. So I could have had one if I just waited, like, 2 minutes. But, I don't know. It would have been a 2 rare doe super rare, which is cool, don't get me wrong. How do I fix my pheasant grind after I shot a female? I shot hen pheasants all the time. I never had any issues. Saw on TikTok someone selling a typical rack whitetail for 15 bucks. That is disgusting. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Although, I guess if you're gonna make a side hustle, selling the same animal over and over and over again is one way to do it, but that's very, like, hard line against terms of service, so don't do that. So it's a pie? It is not. That was a different one. I guess I can tell you. It'll be in the thumbnail. It's a non-typical mule deer buck and a melanistic doe in the same trophy shot. Shadow, here's Willie. Probably gonna start up. PB whitetail in real life, it is 180 and 6/8. I shot him on video. There's a video of it on the channel. That video was... So we were on Wild TV that year. That was like it's a TV station in Canada and I think Sweden and some other places. So it's like a made-for-TV episode. And really, when I watch it back, like, I'm not thrilled with it. I'd like to redo it in like basically a YouTube format, but I don't want to just redo the same video. So eventually, I don't know when I'm going to do this. It's been 3 years now, three and a half years. But what I want to do is basically like sit down, tell some of the maybe untold stories behind it and all that kind of stuff, and release a video in that fashion. Do we care more about the challenge or the zones? Challenge. Kill them all. Just shot a mellow moose. There you go. As long as she doesn't burp in the mic again. She's hilarious. 430 is diamond for caribou. There might be some decimals there, but... You and Les Stroud should go hunt Bigfoot? Yeah, if he wants to pay for it, I'll go. I'll do some Bigfoot calls. My dad talked about that literally yesterday. We loved Survivor Man growing up. Like, you know, we would go and build shelters in the woods, and me and my brother would, like, I shot a chipmunk with my pellet gun, and we, just like Les did, cooked it whole, like, you know, charred all the fur and all that kind of stuff, ate it. Surprisingly, chipmunks are pretty good, but as you might expect, ain't much meat on a chipmunk. But anyway, like, we would just do, like, little survival things. When he did that Bigfoot thing, my dad, like, just... I don't want to say he doesn't like him anymore, but he lost a lot of respect for him because he feels like he's just selling out for money. But, hey, if he's making a lot of money doing it, go for it. I don't care. Hey, Daniel, what's up? Might be stabbing yourself in the neck there, buddy. No one around that corner, so we'll go... There really are bears everywhere here, and none of them are interesting. Les Stroud is a legend? Of all the, like, survival shows that were out there, his was always the one that was, like, the most, I thought, authentic. Really? Let me go see if we can kill something further up here and run back for that. Gotta go, thanks for the vids? Of course. I was watching it yesterday. Huh, what are the odds? Something out there in the ether was making Survivor Man stuff take off. What's up, E-Man? Going good, how are you? The snow feature from Yukon be such a touch for New England? That could be cool. Because, yeah, it's definitely the time of year where it could snow. We get snow here, not as much these days, but we used to get it. The first snow was always right about mid-October. Normally it's November now till we get any snow, but... New England's October anyway. What's up, Lewis? Doing good? Good deal. Clay Hayes. I know the name. Was that the guy that was on Alone or no? It was a Clay something that won Alone. Got him? Nice. What gun gen am I using? Gabriel, thank you for subscribing and welcome on in. Good to have you here. That is the guy. Yeah, he is a absolute champ. Diamond for kangaroos is $4.92. That was not the shooting I wanted to have. Season 8, he shot a blacktail, right? Is it a guaranteed troll? Probably is. Pink Glock at double lung, cool. Yep, found a troll. Emerald trolls would never do that. That's gotta be a mistake. What's up, Len? For the thing, do you have to use the right class? You have to pass all the harvest checks, so it's got to be like a vital shot, proper gun, all that. Rocky Mountain elk exist in the New England area. I don't know why they don't add them. It would actually make me go to the map. Are they? I mean, I don't know what... Does it say? I can't... If I was single player, I could. Do they have like a... You know, some of the maps say like what state or whatever it's kind of supposed to be in. We have Rocky Mountain elk here. Like a very small population. I don't know, you know, like northeast-ish of here, what they've got. We're gonna go all the way back and get that bull. Have you done a video on the Nez Perce Valley missions? Not every single mission, but I did a lot of missions on video and stuff. It's New Hampshire, and there are no elk. Makes sense. Later, no bad days. Congrats on the diamond. Emerald Coast needs the weights of their species to be different. The fact that all tracks are almost the same drag me away. Yeah, I'm the same. I've come back to it as of late. You know, I still enjoy the species and all that. What was that? Oh, that was her barking. It was an insane sound at first. Anyway. I guess, like, maybe I just accept that it's going to be a different experience hunting Emerald Coast. But yeah, I really like finding a potential max estimate track. It's like caribou here. There's no point tracking a male caribou because every one is 161 to 190. You can get a lower estimate, but that's just a guaranteed level 2. So, you know, things like, what's one that I, like, always track? Snow leopard? You get a max estimate track, but I track every snow leopard. Tigers? Like, some things, max weight estimates are decently rare enough that it's like, okay, that, like, there's a real chance that's a diamond. You gotta go and see. It's gonna be a little iffy, but I think that'll get there. Yeah. If there weren't elk in Kentucky, then there were again. Thank you, RMEF. True. Wish you would sometimes unlock your classic games. Every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, I stream Classic on Twitch, and I almost exclusively host multiplayer. So, you can, rare caribou, nice. If you're around on Wednesdays, always hosting that. $32 great ones, 16 Xbox, 16 PC, nice. I was too lazy to say it, but I knew what it was. Do you like being able to see the bullet when you shoot away the hunter? You mean how you can see it, like, leave the gun? For really long range shots, that's cool. Because at a certain distance in real life, you can see it, like, well, you don't see the bullet, but you see, like, the shockwave distortion thing. For close range, I don't really like that. Just walking around sooner, going pss, pss, pss for tigers. Is it working? Some days they're just, they find you whether you want to or not. And sometimes it doesn't seem like it matters if you go to the perfect spot, they're not there. Vapor trail, that's the right word, yeah. Me trying to help complete the challenge proceeds to find every modded server. I wonder if they have any, like, as far as the challenge goes, I wonder if they have something in place to prevent, like, modded animals from counting. I hope they do.
Back in my day, we respected conservation. We said the whole name out loud. These abbreviations is like they type out LOL. What's that supposed to mean? Think Ultimate Hunting is going to be able to compete with Call of the Wild and Classic? Compete with? Maybe. Like, Way the Hunter, I would say, had a valiant effort for, like, about a year and a half of, like, solidly competing with both games. But to me, it kind of fell off after a while. I think Ultimate Hunting could do that same thing and maybe retain it. But the thing, and Way the Hunter actually kind of followed the Call of the Wild model, like a new map every 2 months, but to me, unfortunately, there wasn't the replayability there. Once you kind of find the good spots, the private areas and all that, those are the only places you ever bother going on the map. So that's what kind of hurt it. I think Ultimate Hunting, and the thing about it is, their development's been so slow to begin with, I don't see this as likely, but they would need to do that same thing. There would have to be persistent new content to keep people around. Because otherwise what it's going to be is like, you know, a few hundred players at any given time, new update comes out, maybe you have a few thousand jump in like, oh, no way, there's Dollar Sheep or something. And
then that will wear off, and there'll be nothing again to the next big update. If every update's like a year apart instead of a couple, like 6 months. LOL means lots of love. Yeah, you ever see that meme where it says, Grandma died, LOL. Yikes. Wait, the Hunter lost Steam, unfortunately, it's just not user-friendly. Yeah, I think it's not, the replayability for long-term isn't there. It's great in the beginning. And I still, like, it's fun, but I go to the same places every time. That's what hurts it for me. Tays, thank you for subscribing, welcome on in. I think Ultimate Hunting is going to come out swinging and lose Steam by the second month. I hope not, but would that shock me? No. I kind of have run into the same thing, Thomas. And my guess, I can't say this for sure, but my guess is you maybe want to expand your grind a little bit. Maybe try to kill some fallow. Like, take one of your exterior zones and turn that into a main zone or something. Because I'm getting 0 fallow showing up in my good spot. 251 leucistic. Nice, man. Gonna leave on that? I want to see where you killed it at. There, huh? The one place I actually go decently off. Oh, no, not there. I'm thinking of this lake. Yeah, I'd have never killed that. Nice. That's a couple of just studs right there. That would have been close, but no such luck. The thing I hate about this is there's no... I should have a tent down there to fast travel to. Holy... 12 big males in the drive. Anyway. You gotta run so long to get off this bridge and go claim stuff. He stopped right when I shot. I even thought about it. What if he stops? And he did. And caribou are one of those species that's just like neck shot as they run away from straight behind him. It's just not a thing. Alright. That ain't gonna happen. Skill issue? I guess so. UH is like a 5 to 10 dev team. Do they even have that many? I know they're taking their time, and I like, if it's gonna produce a better product, I'm all for that. But I still think what might hurt them in the end is, I just think any hunting game to compete with like Call of the Wild and that stuff these days is gonna have like persistent new content coming out after it releases. Started playing Classic a week ago, uninstalled Way the Hunter. I take it that means you like Classic. Shadow, here's Willie again. She's gotta get up and go look. Hunting Sim 3 is exciting. Have we seen gameplay yet? Because they released that trailer, and I was traveling. Was that... I don't know if that was when we were in Colorado for the wedding, or I can't remember. But I know I was traveling when that came out. And maybe I was just traveling home that day. And I didn't really care to make a video on it, because it wasn't... The trailer wasn't any actual gameplay. And to me, it felt like that could be really misleading. We haven't? Gotcha. Also just got into Classic. It's a hard start. It's a really steep learning curve, but man, is it ever worth it. I mean, I'd rather we stay separate, but you know, if you're tracking something or whatever, go for it. Too late to compete. Call of the Wild and Classic just have too much content to fox with. I think Way the Hunter proved you can, though. But it has to be a really stellar product. And again, I think that consistent flow of content is pretty much a must. Because Call of the Wild's going to have it. And if... You can't release stuff at the same time. That makes no sense. Because, like, if you're new Challenger and you release your map in June and Call of the Wild releases, you know, a Sooner Baton in June, well, good luck with your thing gaining any steam. But if you're releasing something in between, that can be the thing where it's like, all right, well, I'm waiting on the next map in Call of the Wild, but Ultimate Hunting or whatever just released, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a region that, Greenland, since I always talk about that. Maybe that draws some players in. Like, that just has to be the way you would go about it. I didn't know there's Manitoba elk in North Carolina. I thought they were all Rocky Mountains. Like, I thought every This might sound dumb, but I thought pretty much every state in the U.S. that has elk that were like reintroduced or introduced were all Rockies. That's cool. You have to outpace Call of the Wild? Yeah, or at least stick with them. Did you get a black piebald goat? Probably not rare. Goats and feral hogs are the couple of weird ones where things that have piebald in the name are not rare. They're the only ones, at least, that I can think of right now. But yeah, unfortunately, piebald, black piebald, feral goats, not rare. The only rare goat is albino. I'm going to pick the caribou up. I'll get him. Flinter wants to annex Greenland, confirmed. As long as I get to shoot one of their muskox. What map of the Emerald Coast is the most fun to hunt? Man, for me, it's Sooner Baton. Like, I really like that map. I just think they did such a good job. Tigers being decently rare, snow leopards being very rare. And the other thing that does too, maybe they should consider this for the future. Maps that have like a ton of stuff. And especially maps to get like things added. I think there's like a maximum number of animals they want on map. And my guess would be like, eventually with too many animals, it's going to lag. So, let's say they added pronghorn to Rancho, right? Maybe that cut into the whitetail population. I don't know if it did, but I'm sure it cut into something. So therefore, you know, any map that has like 15 species, as opposed to maybe having like 9 or 10, will have less of everything. But if there's only, you know, 10 snowies and 16 tigers, whatever it is, well, those aren't cutting into it that much. So that's why there's a huge population of nilgai and Barasinga and stuff like that. So maybe they should do that more, just to get more things on the maps. I was zeroed wrong, and that might have helped, because that was not a good shot. Listen, you're not coming up here and barking, I'm sorry. I'll pet you, though. Will Africa 2.0 ever come? I hope so. I think eventually, you know, it's got to be asked for a lot. And I've said this so many times, you look at the multiplayer server list, Furhunga always has a bunch open. Now that has fallen off in maybe the last year. So maybe that makes it a better time than ever to add one. Which animal can you wish for in Call of the Wild? I mean, I'm personally hoping for, like, muskox. Polar bear would be cool, too. I heard a moose. Why are there just all these stud caribou up here? And if I do have so many babies, why don't I have some 5s? At least a decent one. I shot one out of here, right? There it is. Whoa, hi. Another stud. Shocker. Oh my. It was only a matter of time. Snow cows? I do like my snow cows. Snow cows and speed goats. What breed is Shadow? A loud one? She is Border Collie and Blue Heeler mix. I'd like to know what he's barking at. Nothing, best I can tell. He does. He'll sit out there and bark for Shadow to come play with him. But she doesn't. She either doesn't know that's what he's barking about, or she thinks he's barking at something else. Because she'll just go whine to go outside. Hearing damage? Hey, I said turn your headset down a while ago. You might not have been here, though. Shadow made my dog bark? I apologize. Aren't muskox considered a goat antelope? I don't know. Muskox? I wouldn't think. We're never going to stop claiming stuff here. Just got 3 diamond ducks. Nice, what'd you get? Just got our stud there. Got one back here. I guess there's no point running all the way back and then going to those further caribou, so we'll go get the caribou first and then run back. Never apologize for Shadow. She's a feature, not a bug. She is definitely a feature, that's for sure. Surprisingly, she hasn't barked like nuts and came back and laid down as if nothing happened yet. Aren't muskox more related to sheep? I don't know. Maybe, I have no idea. That'd be interesting if they are, just based on their size. A9, thank you for subscribing. We also got Doc Holiday, thank you as well. What is Africa 2.0? Just the thought of adding a second Africa map. Will be a good loadout to build around the 44 lever action. You could do like a 22H, a 300, 375, whatever you want to do, and like a shotgun. If you don't like the 22H, do a, 243 and 22, plus whatever above it. Depends on the map you're on. Smoke another great one tree. Holy. Muskox from the same family as goats. That just, they are unique. But just the pure size of them, it seems, as an uneducated lad, it seems impossible that could be the case. I'm not doubting you, I'm just saying, like, how is that even a thing, you know what I mean? Greater Kudu is my #1 animal I want in Africa 2.0. If they add another Africa map, and don't do Greater Kudu, the riots that would happen in this community, they would rival, not having turkeys for all them years. Didn't we shoot 2? Hope one didn't float. Oh, there it is. Never mind. 2 Ferruginous, 1 Tufted. Nice. Love the Bullpupping Classic. I haven't used it in years. It was one of the first guns I got to 1,000 kills with. But, it's great. Still snow cows? What sound do they make then? I perceive them to make bison-like sounds. Muskox is closer in relation to sheep and goats. Huh. Cool. Learn something new every day. What's up, Autumn? We haven't shot anything yet. I did find, I think it was Hollow Ground shot a Melnistic Ibex he wasn't able to claim, so I happened to at least go claim that. I didn't tax it because that would have felt weird. But there was that. I think No Bad Days shot a Diamond Ibex. Somebody shot a Leucistic Caribou here recently. Anything else? I think that's it so far. We have been shooting the things though. And we're still at 88%. I'm really surprised it's not 89 yet. The lag do be real here. Want Sable? Sable will be cool. Eland as well. A 4 Caribou up to 250? Ah, Caribou. Everybody's favorites. There's another group of animals that are like goats combined with cows. It's a very lesser known order. Is that, oh, what are they called? Somebody will know what I mean. They're kind of like mountain goats, but like a gold color. I think they're in, maybe not India, but that part of the world. I think when I see the name, I'll recognize it. This streamer's kind of bad at the game? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm elite at this game. So good. Later, Fish in His Life. Appreciate you hanging out. Alright, we're gonna bounce out of the way here. Maybe go check that area. Yes. I don't know how to say it. Takin, whatever. Those things. Is that one of those cow goat guys? Because they kind of look it. When you play multiplayer, how can you be sure that the rare spawns aren't modified? Generally speaking, like, anytime I kill something really good, like any kind of, big rare or, high scoring diamond or whatever, the first thing I do is start to, like, really pay attention. Like, is anybody in the chat harvesting diamonds? And, you can usually tell, if it's a caribou, for instance, and it's anywhere between 450, or I guess 451 and 500, that was a diamond. Now, it's possible they shoot it terribly, and it scores lower. That's something to keep in mind. But I watch for that. If you, like, it's just basically a too good to be true thing. Like, if I'm finding 3 diamonds in a very short period of time, or like a couple of rares and stuff, then I start to be like, this doesn't seem right. There's times where, like, there are certain things that just make diamond a lot. Or that make max level a lot. Like, if I'm on Emerald Coast and I see 4 level 9 kangaroos in the server, I'm not going to be that worried about it. Probably 3 of them are going to troll anyway. But if I were on Yukon and I saw 4 level 9 bears, I'd be like, nah, that ain't right. So it's a feel thing. You get used to it. And I guess, can I be sure? No. But I can be very confident anyway. Which is enough for me. How many caribou been smoked? Quite a few by now. Bunch of female ones, but they count for the thing just the same. Great, thank you for subscribing. Whoa, my English didn't work. Welcome on in. 4 more days till turkey season. I am jealous. We got not quite a month now. It's May 3rd ours opens. I'm dang excited for it. I was saying earlier, I'll talk about it again. There is, straight up, a Merriam's turkey at my parents'. I saw it. Like with my own 2 eyes. My mom sent me a video of it gobbling. And I'm like, is that your camera or is its fan different? And my dad didn't really, he's like, I didn't even realize it just was a turkey to me. But it's 100%. Somebody had like a pet or a farm turkey. It's a Merriam's. Like, it just is. And it's hanging out wild at my parents' property. So, if he hangs around, I'm going to try to kill a Merriam's turkey in PA. Because by the time, if he's still there in May, he'll be maybe not quite as smart as a wild turkey. But he'll be pretty close. And also those need, like, there's diseases and stuff. Like, you don't want those intermingling with the wild population. But, I'm kind of excited to see what happens with that. Didn't realize that either, just thought, oh, turkey. Yeah, when I first saw it, immediately I went like, that fan is wrong. But then I was, like, actually there. And not only was he kind of obviously stupid, like, he was just hanging out in my parents' backyard for hours, just gobbling like an idiot. The jakes were also, it's an adult bird. He's got a full fan. It looks like a double beard, too. I can't tell because the way the double beard looks, it looks to me like the beard sits up higher than it should, which also probably says farm bird or whatever. But I think it's maybe an 8 or 9 inch beard, something like that. Couldn't see his spurs, but the jakes are whooping him. So he's not a wild bird. I think he'll get there. I think he'll learn to, fend for himself and stuff. And again, we got a month till our season opens. If he hasn't been killed by a coyote or whatever, I won't look at it as anything less than a normal wild turkey kill. And again, they need taken out anyway, so even if it is, it needs to be shot. But, yeah, right now he's just a hapless, helpless little goober. What do you use for turkey? I don't even know, I was shooting 12 gauge, nitro turkeys? Remington nitro turkeys. I'm going to change this year, and I haven't even decided exactly what ammo I'm going to use. But so my dad got me years and years ago. Actually, he got one for me and my brother. The Mossberg 835. Hang on. I just ordered a rail for it, so I can tell you exactly what it is. I don't know if that's correct, but if I go to orders... I don't like Amazon's UI on the app. That should work. Yes, Mossberg 835. So I used that for years, but it really... I didn't like the sights on it. Maybe it was more of an ammo thing, but I just couldn't ever pattern it well. I couldn't hit anything with it. And so this year I bought a red dot, and I'm putting that on it. So in between I was using a TriStar Cobra 3, I think. But going back to the Mossberg with the red dot, and we're gonna see if that helps. Heard 300 Win Mag does a job for them. Dude, in the fall, up until like 3 years ago, we were allowed to do that. We can no longer do that. It's shotgun and bow in the fall and the spring now. Is it legal to shoot escaped farm birds? Yeah. That's just, I believe escaped anything. Well, not like dogs, but escaped exotic species. Like, don't quote me on this, but I believe, like, if someone has a red deer farm and a red deer gets out, I'm pretty sure you can just shoot that. Because again, the Game Commission wants them, like, there's diseases, there are problems with those things interbreeding, intermingling with the wild populations. So I believe that's the case, but I could be wrong. But I know as far as turkeys go, like, yeah, there are farm turkeys shot every year that people think are, wow, I shot this really amazing looking turkey. Like, it is cool looking, but that was a farm breed, just so you know. What's up, Air Taylor? Going turkey hunting this year, there you go. They're also invasive. Yeah, that's why I think the general rule is that you can shoot them, but it's like the tag here is for a bearded bird, and if it's a escaped farm bird, I mean, it ain't the hunter's fault. How are they supposed to know? Now, do I know that particular one is? Yeah. Well, I guess I can't be sure, but I'm pretty sure. It's legal to shoot escaped deer from a farm if it's not found in 48 hours, I believe, but how are you supposed to know? Right, yeah. And again, the diseases and stuff that can cause, like, even if it's not legal, from a conservation perspective, there's an argument to be made it probably should be shot. Maybe best to leave that to the Game Commission, but that's neither here nor there. So if someone releases a white farm turkey and I shoot it, I can say, shot a wild turkey. You can legally tag it, at least here. You could legally tag that as a wild turkey, yeah. This is also a reason I'm pretty, well, not pretty. That doesn't seem right. Where's he at? Normally when you see that, knocked out, knocked out, knocked out, it's typically speed acting. I didn't get to see if he was moving fast. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, we had a white turkey on the property like 5 years ago, which is a good indicator now that there's another weird looking one. Probably is fine. Just another escape one. Got stuck in a glitch on the dock. Interesting. Thinking about turkey hunting for the first time this year. Really want to try my bow, but man, that seems tough. I mean, obviously, you know, you do whatever you want to do, but I would start out with a shotgun. Turkey hunting is really difficult. Turkeys have just an incredible sense of vision. They also have great hearing, like pinpoint hearing from like a mile away. It's amazing. They'll get within like 20 yards of you based on one call. But, you know, obviously being able to get to full draw and all that kind of stuff, that requires way more movement than just shouldering a shotgun. I one day want to shoot a turkey with a bow in the spring. Because in the fall I'm deer hunting and I have a bow anyway, so that's a different thing. But I want to get good enough with a shotgun first before I get to that. Literally killed one fallow in a different zone and now I have all my respawns. I shot a couple of fallow in another spot the other day, so I'll be curious to see if mine's the same. 89 yet? Not yet. Got like 40 minutes. Not the challenge, but the stream. Opinion on the best shotgun for turkey? I'm not going to name a particular make or model or anything like that, because I don't think this is going to be like a really kind of dumb sounding answer, but the one that you shoot the best. Like, different shotguns, like, I'm going to say in air quotes, different ammos better. Different shotguns are kind of, you know, they fit people different. Some people will have no problem aiming down like the open sight. Some people won't like them. They'll rather a bead sight. You want one you can shoot accurately. Comes down to that. What is the challenge? Just the community, the medium march hunt. So harvest animals class 4, 5, or 6 and pass the harvest check. We've managed to get it to go up. I mean, not just us, but during this stream anyway, it has gone up 2%. So make a little dent in it. Hunting deer at the same property right behind my parents' house, and they don't even seem to care I'm there. Turkeys are pretty good. You're talking about turkeys or deer there? Because turkeys are, like, impressively good about looking up into trees, actually. I mean, they roost them every night, so I guess it makes sense. And I was watching a podcast the other day, and I thought the guy had a really good point. Which is, I think, just fundamentally true about a lot of, like, prey species. But when you think of it this way, it helps you understand how they pick you out so easily. Turkeys just exist thinking everything in the woods is going to eat them. So they're constantly, like, looking for wherever that thing is. What's up, Jesse? What's the goal for the day? We're just killing as many class 4, 5, 6 animals as we can. We shot a whole bunch of ibex and stuff. Red deer. Shot a bunch of caribou, wolves. Just rolling along. Later, Frosty Jeep. Was it the Meat Eater podcast? No, it was, is it Southern Outdoorsman, I think it's called? They've had some really good guys on there, like, just a lot of older fellers that have just been hunting for their whole life, and they just, you know, have a lifetime's worth of knowledge. What's up, Captain Rex? Been good, man. Haven't killed any trophies yet, but we've shot a whole bunch of things, and that's been a plus. Why are you shooting all the class 4, 5, and 6 animals? For the community challenge. So basically, like, if we get this bar to 100% in the next 2 days and 14 hours, which it looks like we'll make it, but I would say it's going to be decently close. Like, if we get there, it'll probably be with 12 hours left, something like that. We will get these rewards. Like a bark camo, cool wood material for the guns, and then like an olive spray. And all the different platforms are different. So PS4 is different, or PlayStation, I'd say, not PS4. PlayStation, PS4, and PS5 combined. They're at like 99%, they're basically done. PC's at 88. Sorry, Steam's at 88. Epic was 70-some. I don't know what Windows is at. They were above Steam last I saw. Xbox is separate. So all of them are at like different numbers. Gonna play more of the season? I need to. I just haven't had the time to get on it much. I'm trying to think, do I have anything going on tomorrow? Don't think so. If I get the chance, I'll try to record a season video tomorrow. Why are you crying? Come here. Come here. I can get you from there. Go to Diamond Grizzly a couple months ago. Nice. A lot of wolves. Yeah, they freeze and stand still in multiplayer, so make them dead. One time, my little sister and I were walking around the pasture at my grandma's farm, and we accidentally flushed a turkey who was sitting in the CRP grass. Scared the crap out of both of us. It was probably sitting on some eggs, if it was a hen. That sounds like the type of place they'd nest. There you are, come here. What would you like to say to the microphone? I would like some treats, please. That was a silent burp. You could have burped into the mic. Ruby heard Shadow crying and started looking around. She's like, where's that little brat? Coming to visit in like 3 weeks. Aren't you? I would enjoy the challenge more if all the player bases would have to work together. Totally with you. I don't get the separation of it. Again, I imagine there's a reason for it, but I don't understand it. Or if they base the kills on player count, I'm sure they do, yeah. Because, like, I'm guessing the Windows one, which is Xbox PC Game Pass, probably has, like, the lowest total number of players. That's just a guess, because Epic had it for free, so they have probably a ton of players. Steam, I'm sure, has a bunch. PlayStation, Xbox have a bunch. So I'm sure the kill requirements are different on all those. Any other diamonds? None so far. Grouse sound like a helicopter? Yeah, they're like if you're bear hunting or something, especially and going through brush, they're terrifying. Xbox gone up 3%. Good. Getting a little closer. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, I think people that have given up on this, like, I'm gonna go back to, you know, Great One grinding with my 300. This ain't gonna happen. Like, it's closer than it looked, so it might be worth, you know, using the proper gun and stuff. No crossplay means no way to count on all of them with their method of record keeping? I don't see why not, if they can count them all separately anyway. Welcome back, Squirrel. Except for no bad days, Batides. I don't know, I read any other diamonds as not counting that one, but if we're meaning in general, then also that. Alright, so Caribou are pretty much done drinking. Do we want to rest? Do we want to change to somewhere else for the last, like, half hour? Rest? Okay. They should do this every month. I wouldn't mind that, or every other month. I will say, like, I like having something to do for the streams, but I guess what I don't, not that I'm not interested in doing this right now. But I guess what I want to say is, if every month it's going to be like, oh, are we going to even get close? I'd rather not that. And maybe it'll depend on the cosmetics or whatever they release. We'll have to see. Do caribou still drink here? You can see how much I play Yukon these days. It used to be a good spot. It used to be down here. I hear Willard barking again. The shadow's now on my lap, so this could get interesting. Back with lunch. Welcome back. Yep, Yukon for the last, I don't know how long we've been here. While. But, got about 30 minutes left in the stream, so we'll be staying here for the rest of that. What's up, Tippery? Welcome on in. Thank you so much for the super chat. How y'all doing today? Hope you're all having an awesome day. Going great, man. Hope your day is going good as well. And thank you again for the super chat. Thank you for the support. 120-inch 3-year-old whitetail in, I'm stupid, Maryland? No, it's MD. Maine. Excited to see what he becomes in 3 years. Maine's ME. What is MA? Massachusetts? Maybe? I don't know. It's in one of them there states up there. No, you're not going up there and barking. No need for that. Yukon's underrated? I think it's, like... It's underrated, but also... There are things about it that aren't so good. Trying to open the curtain, it's gonna fall, so... No barking, you can watch them. Another great one. Dang, dude, 2 in 1. Well, 2 in 1 stream length of time. No. 1 a month wouldn't be good. Too many grinds. Yeah, I think. Maybe more common, like, away from major releases, and then less, like, let's say, don't have one at all in June, like when the new map comes out, that kind of thing. Best shotgun DLC for duck or goose? Rancho del Arroyo, because it gives you the 16 gauge, and for my money, the 16 is by far the best bird gun. I take it they're not going aggressive. Was he by himself? He might have been. First time getting 2 in 1 day. There you go. Well, now you got more on PC than console. Any idea what the new map is? All we know is, based on their winter preview show, that it's going to have, like, snow on it. And it was a view upwards, like, into the sky, with snow falling. My recollection is, like, because there were some evergreen trees there, and I feel like there was snow on the branches of them. It looked like White Rime Ridge in the Hunter Classic, but we couldn't see the ground. So I don't know if it's going to be like Yukon, where it just can snow. I don't know if it's going to be like Medved, where there's always snow. I'm hoping for more of that style. Like, it's been years since we've had that. What's up, Ryder? Missed anything? Nothing too crazy. Whole bunch of kills. Trying to push this sucker at least up to 89 by the time we're done. What I do for White Rime and Call the Wild, right? Right, Rime? It's a nice 4. You know where we need to go if nobody's down there? Here. Somebody went there, it looks like, but that can't be my pressure. We've shot too many things. Oh my god, that's a male. Found a Hall of Shamer. Have another purely winter map would be amazing? Yeah, exactly. Just smoked him. He's such a huge male, he couldn't take that one 308 round. Greenland or Northern Canada, or Arctic Alaska, I'd take that too. Could you, so like White Rime has Sitka deer in the Hunter Classic. Are there Sitka deer in any Arctic Alaska? Because I don't think they actually fit there. I think it was just kind of like, yeah, throw them in there. Sucks I'll miss the release. I'm working at a camp over the summer. I gotcha. Well, you know, it'll be waiting for you when you get back. Gonna be the South Pole map with nothing but level 1 penguins. People talk about them adding penguins. I don't, like, if they added them, I would shoot them. But I don't want to shoot penguins. That's not something where I think of like, oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Do you think moose would be on the new map? They could be. I but it depends on where it is. Like, I associate anywhere with snow. At least it could, you know, reasonably be a map. Greenland, we talked about Northern Canada, Arctic Alaska, all those sorts of areas could have moose, but doesn't mean it's a place that even, you know, moose exist. Hope those wolves come down here. How many maps releasing this year? They've already confirmed 2, so we're going to get the one, like a summer map and a winter map. Like the old release style. Do you think they'll ever add snails and slugs? I highly doubt it. Great one penguin, his name is Rico? Is that from Surf's Up? I can't remember their names. Isn't Sitka deer a type of swamp/wetland deer? So that's a Sika deer. Sitka deer really is Sitka blacktail deer. But there's just a 1-letter difference. Do you think there will be wolverines on the new map? That could be cool. I could get behind that. They had wolverines in Alaskan Adventures. Look at that stud. Oh, I brain shot him. Even better. Right through the eye. Like literally. Right in the eye socket. I meant to do that. Hall of Shamer with a Nun medal. It counts. Oh, I wanted to go... Let's try... I'll even start here. Look at all the zones on this map. Found this does, brother. Did you? Need SRP reworked? That, yeah. Silver Ridge Peaks if it gets snow, that'd be very cool. Happy feet. What do you think the other map will be? I don't think we got any info on that other than that there is a map coming in the winter. I would say it probably won't have snow. What would even make some sense here? Let's think. Oh, level 5? Nice. I don't even feel like I have a good sense for where a second map would be. I don't know. Maybe Africa too. That'd be great. 1400 tar? Holy. They could do that Pamir Mountains map idea I had. That'd be fantastic. Want an Iowa map? I like the idea. Like, I always thought... I always thought that... that was terrible. I'm so sorry. Like, rutting behavior and stuff on a very special whitetail map could be super good. But... I don't know. Would rutting behavior whitetail, would they be unique enough for people to really want to hunt that, as opposed to just like, you know, everybody just grinds them for great ones and stuff anyway? I don't know. It could work. I don't know about either of those shots. For me, the only answer is Africa 2.0 or the mountains. I'd get behind both. I didn't even see you claimed him. Nice, man. Good deal. So now we've had Diamond Ibex, Diamond Caribou, Mela Ibex, Leucistic Caribou. It's Ibex and Caribou Day. 286. That's a thick one, right? Pretty sure. Texas Game Ranch with the same concept as Saul's would be awesome. Yeah, I've always thought of Texas Game Ranch as sort of like the end game type of thing, but we've had so many maps now. I'm sure there's stuff like they wanted to add and, you know, didn't, for one reason or another, couldn't. Maybe the engine limitations or whatever that maybe they now have the technology to do. Personally, wouldn't even play an Eastern U.S. map just because the main appeal will be whitetail. It's kind of like New England in a sense. Ooh, 454. That's a stud, dude. That's huge. Do you know what his weight was? He had to be close to max. Elephants on Texas Game Range? I don't know about that. South Texas map with javelinas, whitetail, and more. Because you could do like the exotic thing with that, even with it not being a game range. Because there are exotics all over Texas. We were talking about like escaped turkeys earlier. There are escaped exotics in Texas, like a lot of them. I was trying to change my 0. I screwed that all up. When did he say? That's huge for that weight then. That was so low I missed. Jeez. No, I didn't JTAG. That's cool. I guess I maybe should have expected it. I didn't know Merrill Hodge hunted. A lot of those guys did, like Heath Miller went, Brett Kiesel. I think Troy even went, which is just bad. I bet he never shot anything. I cannot fathom Troy killing anything, but maybe. I don't know if I said Heath Miller. I know he'd go. Anyway, bigger hunting culture, I think, in the NFL generally, but also like with the old Steelers team than people would have thought. They shot 6 bucks in 2 days. Dang. Why do you think they don't add elephants to the game? My guess is like a engine thing, like an animal that's like 10 times the size of a Cape Buffalo is a significant undertaking. I'm just assuming that like maybe something about the way the engine is built, it can't do that, but I hope they can add them. I'd love it. Next great one will be a pig species. I thought that said a pigeon at first. Yeah, Hogzilla type of vibe. Wouldn't hate it. Think it's a touchy subject? Maybe, and maybe that's the reason they didn't add them. But now with tigers and snow leopards and even yak, actually, I think they've crossed that bridge, and I don't think there's any good reason they could say, like, well, yeah, we added endangered snow leopards and tigers and stuff, but elephants, no, we can't do that. Which, by the way, I think there's more hunting of elephants in Africa anyway than there would be of snow leopards and tigers. Hoping for a diamond? I'm hoping to kill literally anything, but I just, mostly total kills for this. More we can get, the better. Do they have Euro bison? Yeah, from the very beginning. That's true. And I think that's the thing of it. It's a fictional place with a fictional population. Now, with Euro bison, you may recall, they did work into the story why they were there. And I can't remember exactly how it worked, but it was a population to like aid in the recovery effort. And I think they got out of hand or whatever, and you had to shoot some. Obviously, you can kill as many as you want in the game, actually. But they did sort of work that into it. Elephants with the same idea of tigers being limited? Yeah, I agree. I think Wednesday's stream JTAC will be either all white rhyme or half white rhyme, half pickabean, trying to get those things. But yeah, any rare bison I'd be all over. And if somehow piebalds are slightly more common than the others, I would take it. I don't love the look of piebalds, but I like them. Well, let me say this. I don't love the look of piebald bison. I actually like the piebald water buffalo. Other people don't. Rhino might be easier. Yeah, they're not that much bigger than a cape, like relative to the size of an elephant anyway. You're the opposite? You like the piebald bison better? Fair. 8 to 16 elephants? I think it should be less than that. 4 to 8, maybe? Because they're huge, right? They wouldn't be hard to see. Snowies you could go past them and not see them. I think you'd have to have a really low number, because I can't imagine, other than just it being below a hill, you getting anywhere near an elephant and not realizing it's there. Ghost, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate the support. With the diverse ecology of the Albertan Rocky/Badlands, I can only dream of a hunting map based in Alberta. That could be pretty cool. So, I'm trying to think of what would be, like, as far as unique species, because that's always my main thought. Like, what would be the species that we don't already have? And I don't know enough about the area, but I always, there was a, in Deer Hunter 4, and of course in Deer Hunter 4 they only had deer, but there was an Alberta map for mule deer, and that was like my favorite place to go. So immediately my head just went to that. Like, give me a great one mule deer in Alberta, I'll hunt there. Beavers? I think of Alaskan Adventures when it comes to beavers. Like, that's all. Every time somebody says add beavers, I just think of blasting them with a, I swear it couldn't have been, but I swear it was with the 500 Smith & Wesson in that game. If they add beavers, they better give you a 500 too. I want them to put the in-laws in the game. Uh-oh. Want an elk great one? Could be cool. That's why I say Northwest Territories, get Dull and Stone Sheep, different caribou species and wolverines. Sheep, I really want to see those sheep species. I would have a blast with them. And I would think, like, you could do some really cool rares. Maybe not make them rare like snow leopards are rare, but I think that was where mountain goat, I don't want to say failed. I love mountain goats on Silver Ridge Peaks. But where mountain goats maybe fell short was there were so many of them. They didn't have that truly elusive feel, I guess. Alberta could be Bighorn rework because it's a premier Bighorn province. Okay, I gotcha. Been begging for that for how long have Bighorn been out? That was with Silver Ridge Peaks, right? And that would have been 2020, so only like 5 years we've wanted that. That seems impossible. Like, it felt like Silver Ridge Peaks came out, you know, when Caldwell was established and stuff, and I guess it was. But it's been that many years now. Like, more than half of Call of the Wild's existence, Silver Ridge Peaks has been on in the game. They also pushed mountain goats to the worst areas of the map. Now? Yeah. They used to be the really cool areas. In, you know, the mountains. They're in the mountains now, but they're not like the big, steep mountains you think of for, like, mountain goat territory. None of my Tara showed up. They're all merging right now to become a great one. We do have antelope, like pronghorn. Do I want more? Like, when pronghorn came out, I was super excited. I was kind of like, I don't want to say I was known for it, but a lot of people knew I really love pronghorn. One of my moderators that lives in Montana actually sent me a European mount of a pronghorn. Like, I have it sitting over on the shelf right there. Like, it was a big thing that I was always really into. And I like the pronghorn in the game. When I find a diamond, I get pretty excited about it. But I don't know, they don't hit like I guess I would want them to. Maybe if they redid them. I don't know how. They kind of have deer animations, you know? They just act like deer. If they really act like pronghorn, like super skittish, crazy speed, I'd get more excited for that. Mountain goats need a second map? Yeah, somewhere they're in a place that's fun to hunt. Put them on Yukon. Like, it's not super mountainous, but you can stick them up in there, it'd be fine. Why not? Maybe not in the, oh my god. Maybe not in the dead forest. I'm not even claiming that one. Sorry, challenge. We get one less caribou. 99%. I really thought you guys were going to hit it by the end of the stream, but we're going to be done in like 10 minutes, so unless it crosses over very soon. Do pronghorn have true horns? They do, yeah. Not a lot of variety, though. Like, I would like... You ever see those pronghorn that have, like... I guess it's something broken with, like, the skull where the horn hangs way down or leans way to the side. That kind of stuff would be neat. SRP was too soft? I don't know if I ever told this story. I think I did. So I streamed SRP before, like, the early access period. I got to join EW, like, when TK was still working there. He was gonna stream like the first look at SRP, and he invited me on there. I'm like, absolutely, yeah, let's go. And we shot some stuff. Like, I remember killing a turkey with a bow. I think it was the new longbow. I remember killing elk. But I loaded up the map because he's like, hey, like, here's a key to the map so you can play it, so we can stream this. This was maybe the night before. Here's you know, whatever code to the build, and then like I load in there, and literally, I like turn around and a level 5 pronghorn's trotting right at me. That was the first thing I saw, and I didn't shoot it. I'm like, I can't do this. It'll ruin it for me. But that was my first experience in SRP, was see like a potential diamond, and it's like what you're saying. It kind of, I don't want to call it easy mode, but Silver Ridge Peaks is so open. When are you planning on ending? I'm going for 220, so 10 minutes. PS 100%. You guys got it done? Nice. Did we get to 89 yet? No. I thought we'd get there. I don't like our odds now. Alright, where do I want to go? Maybe here? Let me know if you guys are on PlayStation, if you get the rewards like immediately, which I guess it could be any time now, or if it's not till the end of the event. Contributed 103. Oh, does it tell you how many you got? And if so, where? we both just fast travel here at the same time? Whoops. Monday people aren't that active. Yeah, I'm sure the weekend it was going faster. Oh, what time into the species I was most stoked for and I didn't have to walk? Yeah. No, you're good, man. We just fast travel at the same time. It's all good. Another just... Oh, somebody shot that. When does it complete? Or it does when complete. You gotta get 100% then to see how much you contributed? Oh, that's cool. Alright, I'm excited to see that. I feel like I gotta be at a couple hundred by now. Where was... Am I dumb? Well, yeah, but... There we go. Try to get that guy. That guy. And maybe if one of these trots? I'm gonna be pretty bad angle. That's fine. 387, nice. Crazy, or how have you seen how crazy people have been going in theaters? No, I haven't. I can only imagine though. 555, not too bad. I don't think I'm gonna be. I don't think I'll have anything crazy, but I've done a couple of streams just for this, so I gotta think I'm in a few hundred range. You get it right away, rewards are now on my gun? Nice, that's cool. I like it. Get a chance, shoot a screenshot in the Discord. I want to see what they look like. 255, pretty solid. Shadow's just laying on my desk. You watched it change to 100? Nice. 89? Let's go. Alright, so we got it up. I mean, I keep saying we. I mean everybody, not just those of us that are in this game on this stream right now. But we've gotten it to go up 3% just in the last 3 hours. 1% an hour, it could be done today. I think it'll slow up, probably. Especially like as, well, Europe's going to be getting home from... No, I got that wrong. US is going to be getting home from work and school and all that. So, maybe sooner than later it's going to start to go up, actually. I guess we'll see. Alright, I got to wrap up in like 5 minutes. I'm trying to think of where... Maybe here? Go and kill a couple more? I don't like the challenge. It felt like a huge test. It probably was on some levels. Got them now after resetting my game? A good deal. The bark camo isn't as cool. Does anybody have a, Has anybody posted a screenshot of it? I want to open up Discord here. Alright. I have my Call of the Wild chat open. If anybody has a screenshot. No, pressure to go and take one. You have to participate a certain amount? Literally one. Like, once you have shot one class 4, 5, or 6 animal with the harvest check, it'll go from, like, it will say to do it, to contribute, and then something changes. Like, it says that something goes, I forget what. But once you've gotten one, you're good. Still have a couple days? Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get there. I didn't at first, but now I feel pretty good about it. This won't count, but if you're standing there, going after yak, eat him. Contributed a grain, 66 kills. Hey, that's something. Bark camo looks like rust if you put it at the barrel. More rusty than the actual rust metal. Really? I mean, that might work good for some future Halloween cosmetics and stuff. Oh, even though it's at 100%, my contribution's still going up. So, like, as you shoot more stuff, it's still... That's funny. I will try to remember that. To grab a screenshot of it or whatever when it's done. So I know what I was actually at. I think they'll put rhinos on a map as they have a model for them. Yeah, that's true. Although, it is a model they would have made in when did that come out? 2018? So, maybe we could expect a more modern one if they did add them. That's all right. She was really thirsty. Contributed 327. Nice. Later, Taylor. Never understood kids playing games that look like stuff from the 90s. Suppose their kids will be obsessed with Dungeons and Dragons? Maybe. I like the nostalgia factor of old stuff. I don't know. Works for me. I think we're going to go and pick these up. And then I'm going to have to run so I can get Shadow dropped off at my parents'. And, you know, considering we had the stream early today, pretty good turnout. I think we had the server full pretty much the entire time. Killed all kinds of stuff, so thank you guys that joined and helped to work on this. Really appreciate that. I'm feeling pretty good about where PC is. We know PlayStation just made it. I still think you guys on Xbox, and maybe Epic, yeah, I think you guys said Epic was in the 70s, can get there, but it's going to take a whole bunch of kills. So all I'm saying is, if you gave up, maybe give it a second chance. Going for 3, you might as well do, see what happens. If you get a third one, buy a lottery ticket. Alright, so let's grab... Hopefully one didn't float. Both of these. Going up there. Thanks for letting us join, of course. Maybe we'll do this more. I was pretty happy to see, you know, we didn't run into, like, speed hackers buzzing around or any of that kind of stuff. A lot of times when I host, we run into that. In my game, the new weapon skins are called Conifer Forest instead of March Pack Community Challenge. I guess a conifer, right? I hope they didn't spell it wrong. Alright, so officially we are at 89%. I knew it wasn't going to go up in the last couple seconds, but for anybody that didn't see, jumped up 3% during the stream. I gotta imagine by the time, like, you know, by tonight, it'll be somewhere in the 90s, which will be a pretty good deal with about 2 days left. But, as I said, I gotta run, take Shadow of my parents, head to the appointment, and hopefully in the future I don't schedule things for exactly when I'm supposed to stream. But... on that note, thank you guys for watching, thanks for hanging out, thanks for all the support today, really appreciate you, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video, which is a little classic super rare. Bye!